And we welcome you to the PCN Game of the Week, courtesy of Armstrong Cable. PCN is funded by the Pennsylvania Cable Companies and receives no tax dollars. Thank you, Cable provided for the PCN and PCN Game of the Week. Here we come from Bender Field in Meadville, Pennsylvania. Mike Fiorillo, Ed Marin to provide the game. Last year, these two teams, Ed, met in an epic game, got national attention. Meadville on top 107-90. Tonight, I don't think either team will score as many.
No, I don't think so. I think that DuBois coming in here, they can throw the ball. So I think Meville can run the ball. I still think it's going to be about 40-40, 40-34 game.
Okay, Meville will be kicking off. Meville in their black uniforms, red helmets with the black M on them. Black tops, black bottoms, red numbers with the white trim. As Meville kicks off, they're going left to right. Ball's taken by DuBois on the 15 to the 20. And he's out to a good run back to almost to the 35-yard line, Ed.
Oh, yeah, he hit that little crease right in there.
And that was Kyle Hobson on the return. Kyle's one of the wideouts for the DuBois offense. DuBois offense will start with Brock Adams, number 15 is the running back, and they go without a huddle. As you see the pistol formation, Brock Adams is the sidecar. Brandon Paulinelli is the quarterback. Number 9, Adams to his left. Trips to the right side out here, Ed, to the left side of DuBois, and they go split right. So they have trips to the left, split right, sidecar, Adams on the left. Paulinelli's going to run on a quarterback draw, and he is tackled after about a 2-yard gain. And that was a pretty good defensive play by the Meadville Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah, number 74 was that Barrett Hoffman. That defensive end spot, he came up there and, made him cut back in. Luke Sherrod, I'm sorry.
Hoffman 65. Okay, Paulinelli calling signals. Adams to his right, trips to the left, split right again. Look for that bubble screen coming here. Nope, they're going to hand it inside Adams, and he goes for about a yard gain. Tackled at the bottom of the pile is Barrett Hoffman and Luke Sherrard again. So it's 3rd and about 6. Big down already in this game. 11-10 to go here in the first quarter. Meadville DuBois from Meadville, Pennsylvania. PCN Game of the Week, week 3 of high school football. Meadville comes in with an 0-2 record. DuBois comes in with a 1-1 record. First game for Meadville in region play. Paulinelli calling signal is going to throw the quick bubble screen out. And Meadville's all over that. Good defensive play by Edwards and by Manning.
Oh, he saw that play coming all the way. That was good film work because they, studied the film all week. So, give props to the coaches and players for recognizing it. You can see where Darius comes up on the end right there. Look at that tackle. They tackled low that time, and then
Manning.
Yeah, that was Manning. Came up there and cleaned him up. That's a good start.
And DuBois in punt formation. And the kick's a good kick. Is going to take a bounce. No, it's not. It's grabbed by Fitzpatrick, who falls down about the 33-yard line. So Meville would take over at the 33. Chris Fitzpatrick not happy. He kind of stumbled over his feet.
Yeah, he did. He just hit the 30-yard line and just fell right down. But he's been returning pretty good the last couple weeks, Mike. I mean, his first time.
He sure has been.
Well.
Yes, he has. And Meville will take over on their own 33-yard line. Jerry Davis filling in for Coach Collins, who hasn't made it back yet, will be calling the plays right now. Meville comes out with their wing T formation. Kurt Mumauer is the quarterback, has Manning behind him. 2 backs on either side. Brown in motion. Mumauer back to pass on first down. Throwing along. He's got a receiver, but it's knocked away. Oh, if he let him, it was a touchdown.
Oh.
Ferraro was wide open, but Mumauer couldn't get it to him.
Not enough arm in that one.
Boy, wide open.
He had about 7 yards on him, and the ball just hung up there too much. And then, number 2, Kyle Hobson came up underneath and grabbed it. And then knocked it down. Or is that number 9? Number 9, I'm sorry. Braden Polini.
Yep, Polini, the quarterback, knocked away. So Mumauer now on 2nd and 10. Bulldogs going to the air on first down. Almost surprised DuBois. Calling signals. He's going to give it to Manning inside. Manning off the right side, and he goes ahead for about 2 yards, and he stops. So it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, number 27, Cole Majan, inside linebacker, came up into that little gap.
And Andy Weiss, also a linebacker, number 7, he was in there for DuBois. So it's 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs. Just started, 9:45 to go in the first quarter. There is no score. DuBois was 3 and out and punted. Meville now it's 3rd and long. Mumauer calling signals. Ferraro in motion. Inside hand up to Journey Brown. Brown going to go you might have the first down. Great second effort by Journey Brown. Let's see what they mark. It looks like both officials have it for a first down, and Meville gets the first down.
Oh, that was a good carry by him. Do you see his little cutback when he comes up here? When he grabs the ball, there he goes. And then when he comes up into the middle, look, watch his legs keep churning. Just a good effort by Journey. He's just so strong in his legs.
So Meville gets the first down of the evening on the 43-yard line, their own 43. Mumauer calling signals. Going to hand it to Manning inside again. Manning breaks loose to the 50, to the 47-yard line. A good game by Isaiah Manning on first down, a gain of 7.
Oh, that was a good run by Isaiah. I like him at fullback this year, Mike. I really do. I'm glad they moved him there.
So it's actually a gain of 8, 2nd and 2 with 9 minutes on the clock running. That pass on first down might have loosened their defense up a little bit.
Oh, I thought it was a good call.
He was open. Mumauer now brings the team up. Edwards split to the right. Ferraro on the right side. Brown on the left side. Manning behind the quarterback. Brown goes in motion. He's going to get the ball on the sweep. Cuts back inside. Journey Brown goes for another first down for the Bulldogs to the 38-yard line of DuBois.
That was a good run. Dylan McCluskey came up in the end and just took his legs out right from underneath him.
So first down for the Bulldogs on the, 39-yard line of DuBois. Good first drive for the Dogs so far. Mumauer brings them out. Brown on the left side, Ferraro on the right side. Manning behind Mumauer. Going to give it to Manning, and Manning is going to be stopped for no gain as a block was missed there on the left side. If you see a replay on this play, you're going to see a whiff by a Meadville lineman right there.
Yeah, number 63 came up in the middle. Here he comes right there. Yep, he just whipped him.
63?
Yep, Drew Buskirk.
Bruskick. Drew Bruskick for the Beavers. So it's 2nd and 10. No gain on that. Mumauer calling signals. He's going to hand it to Ferraro. Ferraro cuts back inside. Has a nice gain of about 5 yards.
Oh, that was a real nice cutback.
So you wonder if Meville's in 4-down territory. I got to believe so here, especially if they get some positive yards on 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and I think 6 right now. 3rd and a long 6 for the Dogs. 7:45 to go in the first quarter. Clock running in a fast-moving first quarter. Meville doing what they want, keeping the ball away from DuBois.
You want to keep that time of possession on their favor.
Mumauer calling signals. Ferraro goes in motion again. Into Journey Brown. Nice run by Brown. He's got the first down and more, and he's down on about the 28-yard line. First down for Meadville again.
A couple of defenders thought that Isaiah had it, and that opened it up for Journey to get that first down.
And there goes Journey out right now. He's going to take a break, and who's in for Journey?
Julius Ream.
Right. Julius had a nice touchdown run last week against Gerald McLean. Meadville Bulldogs on the march here on the 26-yard line of DuBois. First down, Meadville. Mumauer calling signals. Ream goes in motion. Going to give it to Manning. Manning off the right side, maybe a yard, as their defensive tackles right now are controlling the line of scrimmage against our line. No push on those big linemen, and they got 2 big defensive tackles there. Number 60.
Ryan Pasternak.
Yep. And the other tackle, 69.
Joe Pendleton.
Yep, and if you look at their size, they're big kids too.
They are. Joe Pendleton, what is he, 6'2"?
Yep, 2nd and 9.5. Mumauer calling signals. He's going to give it to Ferraro. Ferraro is going to cut inside and get stopped, but he keeps his leg moving and gets about 3 yards, so it's going to be 3rd. That was 2nd down. The down marker across the way doesn't know what down it is. Now it's 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and about 5 for Meadville.
Journey's coming back in for Julius Ream.
Should be 3rd down. The scoreboard has 2nd.
That was a nice little run. He lowered his shoulder, knocked the DB back, got a couple yards.
3rd down and 5 to go. Mumauer calling signals. He's going to pitch it to, and there's a flag. It's going to be a hold against Meville probably. It's going to come back after a first down. Looks like the area of holding. Let's see what the referee's got here. Yep, they got a hold against Meville. And that's been a bugaboo this year, Ed. You know, they haven't flagged too much, but I was watching the McLean game on film, and they had a couple holding penalties that really hurt them last Friday.
Oh, yeah. You got to stay away from it. But, I mean, it depends on if the ref sees it too, Mike. So hopefully that they can get this out of the way and, you know, go forward and get this score.
Looks like Coach Collins has returned. He's down there on the sideline. Coach Collins is here. So it's going to be 3rd down. Go tell him. It's going to be 3rd and long. Mumauer calling signals. He goes back to pass. He is. He's got time to throw. He's going to throw one long, but Edwards stopped running. Threw the ball long, but the receiver and him were on separate pages, and I fell incomplete, so now it's 4th and long.
I like it that they're coming out passing a little bit.
Did you fix the guy with the scoreboard there?
Yep, 4th and 15 now.
Yep, 5:49 to go.
Good decision to go for it. You're in there, deep in their territory.
See what kind of play Coach Collins comes up with now. There's Moomauer calling signals. Got Brown in motion. Going to fake to Brown, go the other way. He's got plenty of time. And now he's running, and he gives himself no time. What he needed to do was stop and go underneath.
Pass interference. He got there early, but the ball was like 5 yards.
It's going to be against DuBois. And what the Meville quarterback's not doing it is as the defender rolls out, he rolls with him. He needs to stop and come back. The other guy, it's going to be hard for him.
Or if you got that defender on, you just take
now,
off.
Is it a first down on Mackley, or is it 10 yards? I forgot high school how it works.
I think it's 10. I think it's automatic first down after the 10 yards.
Well, they got to wait here. They haven't moved the football yet as the referees are conversing.
As you can see here.
See, Moomound,
right, he's fast enough. He could take that corner, too. But you see, look, he tackled him 5 yards before the ball even got there.
Let's see if it's a first down. It might be, it's going to be a first down for Meville. First down for Meville on a penalty. So Meville gets the ball moved all the way to the 15-yard line of DuBois. 5:40 left in the first quarter here. The PCN Game of the Week. Meville Bulldogs against the DuBois Beavers here on a beautiful night here in Meadville, Pennsylvania.
Oh, it's the last 3 games have been beautiful.
And it's not first down. It's going to be 4th down. 4th and 2. That's what I thought.
Okay.
They still have 15 to go on that scoreboard. Now, who's ever working the scoreboard? 4th and 1? 1st and 10. All right, it is first down. There we go. The chain gang wasn't ready. They were confused. So Moomau, the referee's going to stop.
Back.
Yeah, Mr. Teed is needed here because they're a little confused along the sideline. Moomau calling signals for the Bulldogs. And he's going to give it inside to Manning. Manning on a good run, gets about 4 tough yards inside. So when you want the fullback to do, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you know what?
You can't arm tackle that.
You know what? Coach Collins is letting Coach Davis call the plays on this drive. You know, you talked about that, Ed. You like to see Coach Collins just be the head coach and let the other guys call plays.
Correct. I like to, you always need an offense and a defense coordinator. Sometimes you can't do both.
2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs. Moomau calling signals. He's going to hand it this time to Journey Brown, who cuts inside, breaks off a tackle, dives first, and he should have another first down, I think. It's going to be awful close. Meville controlling the ball. 5:05 left in this first period. 1st and goal from Meadville on the 8-yard line.
Can you tell the difference how these backs are running today? They're actually running with authority.
Is that on the 8 or the 5?
Should
on
be
the
on the
5-yard line. Meville comes out. Now Moomau calling signals. Ferraro to the right, Brown to the left, Manning behind the quarterback. Ferraro goes in motion. Manning cuts inside, and he is in there for a touchdown. Meville jumps ahead 6-0 with 4:45 left to go in the first quarter. That was 78. That was a 68-yard drive for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that hole opened up big. He could have just tiptoed through there. Look.
Now let's see if
look at that hole. That was a good hole. A good run too. So let's see if Moomaw could.
Good line play. Ed, the line's playing well right now. The offensive line.
They're coming out. They're angry after what happened to them. They got pushed around by General McLean last week.
See how we go here. Meadville now holding it will be Edwards. Edwards puts it down. Moomau's kick is up, and it is good. 4:45 left in the first period. Meadville jumps out 7-0. And catch the replay of tonight's matchup on cable or on PCN Select tomorrow night at 9 p.m. On cable or on PCN Select tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Visit the PCNTV.com for details. That's the replay of tonight's game. You can catch on PCN Select tomorrow night at 9. Visit PCNTV.com for details. And that was a productive long drive for Meville in a couple ways. They scored first, and they also held the ball for a while.
Yeah, they held it for about 5 minutes, which is really well. And like I told you at the beginning of the show, it's going to take time of possession for them because they're not a team to come back, when they're down by 14 or more.
So the DuBois coaching staff is not happy. And I talked to the head coach of DuBois before the game, and he said to me that last year's game, he had 7 of his defensive starters were injured and didn't play against Meadville. Tonight he said he was totally healthy. So Meville had a good drive against a very healthy DuBois defense.
I could see the difference from last year and this year. Last year, took 2 plays every play, and they scored a touchdown.
Looked like last week's game for Meville.
Yeah.
All right, that they lost. So the first time this year, Meville has the lead, and they lead 7-0. Mumauer now will kick off. And as he had his kickoff team, and the young coach in charge of our special teams this year has done a fabulous job, and I like his PowerPoint presentation. This is a nice kick in the air to the 20. And he'll be corralled about the 31-yard line. Good coverage by Meadville, and that was Kenneth Garvey with the return for the DuBois Beavers. So they have it on their own 31. 4:38 left to go in the first quarter. Meadville up 7-0.
You could tell a difference in their coverage, too. Everybody's staying in their lanes.
Coach Davis, who's calling the plays right now, just grabbed a hold of his quarterback and said something to him. Probably told him that's the way to lead the team. All right, here we go. Now, DuBois obviously is not going to be shut out tonight. Now with Polinelli at quarterback, he has doubles to the right and left. They like to throw, post, and curl on these routes here, Ed, with their formation. Adams, the sidecar to his right. Yep, there they go, post and curl. He's looking down the middle of the field and got Edwards going deep and knocked away by Edwards.
Oh, that went right through his hand.
Yeah, Edwards was beat. He was looking back a little bit, and Kyle Hobson just couldn't hold on to it. Listen to Polinelli's stats here, folks. He is 40 for 68 for 439 yards through the air, and he's rushed for 344 yards. He averages 17 point yards a game rushing. 2nd and 10. This time DuBois has trips to the right side, split left. As they get the call from their sideline. A lot of teams do these days. Polinelli calling signals. Adams, the sidecar to his right. Meville in a 4-3-4 defense, and he gives it to Adams along the right side, and Manning comes and just delivers the hit right there. Nice read by Isaiah Manning.
Oh, he read that good. You can see that they're staying at home more, and they're reading the plays a little bit better than what they were last week. You can see him come up. Look at that. He tackled him right around the waist. No high tackles this week. Good job by Isaiah.
Just talk to the audience. Just talk to the Polinelli getting his sign, and he has Adams to the right sidecar. He has double split on the right, double split on the left. This is they're going to go back to the play that was incomplete because he dropped it. Edwards has got to get behind him. Yep, they're going to go right back to this play. They'll look in the same place, and this time nobody's there. Ball's incomplete, and it'll be 4th and long for DuBois.
Yeah, you can see number 5, Noah Schneider. He fell down, just fell down about the 40-yard line.
I think they were trying to get the curl in the middle of the field that time, Ed, and like you said, he fell down, and Polinelli felt the pressure and didn't have enough time to find the second receiver. So Meville holds again.
2 big stops by Meadville.
Fitzpatrick deep for Meadville. Meadville is going to try to hit the outside people here, Ed. And they get a little bump. There's the kick, a good kick. Fitzpatrick will catch it on the 25. He makes the first guy miss. Gets up to the, and he runs inside. Nice return by Fitzpatrick up to the 33-yard line. Ed, he had 2 people right there, made both of them miss and got all he could.
Yeah, he ran into his own player there for a second. If not, I think he would have got another 10 yards.
He's a sneaky running back, Chris Fitzpatrick.
I like what he does. I mean, he's a senior this year.
Kids call him Fitzy. 3:39 left in it. 3:39 left in this first quarter. 7-0 Meadville Bulldogs over the DuBois Beavers here in Meadville, Pennsylvania. Bender Field of Barkle-Durant's Athletic Complex, and why the referees, I think, give both teams a chance to get some water because this is a hot night. I want to remind everybody that next week's game, Parkland travels to Easton in next week's game of the week, courtesy of Service Electric Cable. So tune in at 7 on cable and on PCM Select. That is Parkland travels to Easton in next week's game of the week on PCN, courtesy of Service Electric Cable. And you social media people, like PCN TV on Facebook and Twitter for the latest on the game of the week and everything Pennsylvania. That's like PCN TV on Facebook and Twitter for the latest on the game of the week and everything Pennsylvania. That's something you do and something I have no idea what they're talking about.
New generation, Mike.
I'm in that age where 8-track tapes were big when I was a kid.
I don't remember those.
No, because that was before your time. All right, it's first down from Meville on their own 34-yard line with 3:39 to go in the first quarter. Meville had a real good drive the first time they had the ball. DuBois this time walks their linebackers up a little closer, Ed. And Meville's discombobulated. They're going all over the place. And That's going to be motion against Meville or offside against DuBois. Meville's pointing at DuBois. DuBois pointing at Meville, and
Looked like Antonio was off.
offside's DuBois. And what happened is the DuBois guys moved, and you can't do that to a defender. So Meville gets a 5-yard gain. Something else, this first time this year the penalties so far have been in favor of the Bulldogs. So it's 1st and 5 for Meville, the ball on the 39-yard line. And they're going to pitch it to Journey Brown. Journey Brown, it was inside. Now he's going to take it outside to the 45-50. Oh, he's being horse-collared. That should be a flag, but there's no flag. I don't know what that referee was looking at. Look at the replay here.
Yeah, but if you grab the jersey, it doesn't count. You have to grab the shoulder pads to be a horse collar.
Okay, here's the replay. He
bounces that right out. I mean,
all on his own.
It's really good.
Tell the fans now why this is not a horse collar.
Because when you grab the jersey,
okay,
it's different. It's almost like grabbing your hair. It's part of the uniform, but you can't grab the shoulder pads to bring the guy back. 1st and 10 for Meville. Mumau calling signals. He's going to give it to Ferraro. Ferraro's going to get knocked down for a big loss. And again, the left side of the line is getting beat. Somebody's getting eaten up over there on the left side for Meadville. Yeah, that was Dylan McCluskey. He's a sophomore, 5'11".
Nice job by McCluskey.
Right. I mean, that's what defense, the outside, the outside linebacker, that's what you have to do, stay at home. And that's what Meadville's doing good on defense, too, this time. 2nd and 16 for the Dogs now. They're pushed back to their own 48-yard line, coming up on 3 minutes left in the first quarter. 7-0 Meadville over DuBois. Mumau calling signals. He's going to hand it again to Journey Brown, who cuts back inside, spins some more, and gets it to the 45-yard line. Nice run by Brown. I tell you what, that was a nice tackle by Brandon Pololini. I mean, he really took Journey out at the chest. He did, but not before a good game by Brown. So now it's 3rd and 9. It'll be interesting to see what Meville does if it's 3rd and 1 or 2 if they go for it. Let's see what they get on this down. 3rd and 9.5 for the Bulldogs. Split right is Edwards. Mumau calling signals, going to hand it inside to Manning. Manning is taken down after a 4-yard gain. Yeah, there wasn't much there in the middle, Mike. And it looks like coach says punt it, which is probably a good idea with DuBois' offense to punt it to DuBois. Yeah, pin him deep. Coming up on the 2-minute mark in the first quarter, 7-0 Meadville. Meadville's had to control the play as a 7-point lead, but they've had field position. I think Coach Collins wants to keep the field position. Punting for Meadville is Antonio Ferraro. Number 9 is back, and that is Paulinini. The quarterback is running back to get it. Good punt by, and it's going to be a fair catch, taken about the 9-10 line. So good punt by Ferraro with 1:36 left in this first quarter. DuBois gets the ball on their own 9-yard line. So Ed, what are your thoughts about the game so far? It's good. Meville's playing, they got their heads in the game. So they're not coming out like slouching like they have the last 2 games where they had to wait till the second half to actually make a run for it. So coach got into their heads, and I'm glad to see them coming out and punching DuBois in the mouth. Trips to the right and split to the left. Now motion back, and we have a flag, and that's going to be procedure against DuBois. That's going to cost them 5 yards. Yes, it is. And right now, I think the long bus rides had an effect on DuBois. That's a long way from DuBois to Meadville, something the Meadville coaching staff was hoping. Well, 2 hours is when you're cramped up. Then you got to come here and stretch. So it'll be 1st and 15 for DuBois on their own 4-yard line. DuBois comes out with trips to their right, split to their left. Adams on the sidecar. Now they go motion back to their left side. He's going to go down the sideline. Paulinini's looking for him down the sideline. Now he runs, and he's got the corner. He's going to turn upfield, and it goes out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain. Good contain there by the Meville Bulldogs. Paulinini is the quarterback. If he sees nothing, he's going to run. He's run well this year. So it's 2nd and 11. As DuBois again goes without huddle. Meville playing a 4-3-4 defense tonight. DuBois getting the signal from their coaches on the sideline. Adams the sidecar to Paulinini's left side this time. Paulinini back to pass, looking over the middle. This time he's flushed out. He almost gets tackled, but he eludes it. Now he rolls back to his left side. He's going to throw it, and it's incomplete. Meville did a good job that time putting some heat on him. Yeah, it's like I said, it's just nice to see these defensive ends and the defensive linemen actually containing the quarterback in there, something that they haven't done.
83, Tyler Armour is going in to play DN on this play. And now he's being told by the Meadville defensive players, we don't want you in there. So they better bring him out. He's going to have too many men. Now he's coming in. Meadville needs to hurry up with their sub. 55 is coming out limping, Ed. And that's Tristan Beck. Tristan Beck's coming out limping. So it's 3rd and 11 for DuBois. They're going to be throwing the ball up top. Big down. Paulinini calling signals. Back to pass. He has time. He's looking. Now he's flushed. And they don't have contain. And he's brought down before the first down by Isaiah Manning, who tried to rip the ball out. And watch the replay, Ed. You comment on that tackle by Manning.
He did a good job. He wrapped up. Isaiah's playing today like he means business. Like he's playing like it's his last game. You can see him come up off on the corner.
Good job right there, Paulinini, breaking that tackle and getting outside. And now
you can see Isaiah come up off the left-hand side.
You can't see him yet, Ed. Now you see him. And there you go. So it's 4th down and 8 with 42 seconds left. Noah Snyder's the kicker and almost blocked. Oh, Meville almost got that. The ball goes out of bounds on Meville's 48-yard line. Just missed. Edwards, and if they replay this, just missed the block on that. It went between his hands, and that's why you got to cross your hands. Look at Edwards. Look at the smile on his face. He almost came up with a big block. So 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Meville leads Meville leads 7-0 with 30 seconds left. Ball on Meville's 45, on DuBois' 45-yard line. There's Darius Edwards along the side. Meville now, split right. Mumau calling signals. There goes Brown in motion. Gonna get to Ferraro coming back, and right now, again, that right side of DuBois' defense is climbing down and really doing a nice job. Meville's getting no push on their left side on offense right now. And that'll probably be the last play of the quarter. That clock's down to about 10 seconds. Sure, Meville let the clock run. They got the lead. And that will be the end of the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, Meadville Bulldogs 7, DuBois 0. And we'll take a short break and come right back, Bulldog football. Barco Duras Athletic Complex in Meadville, PA. At the end of the first quarter, the Meadville Bulldogs 7, DuBois 0. And Ed, already compared to last year, this game was a low-scoring affair. It was about 30-28 last year at this time.
Well, both defenses are playing very well. And then Meadville finally being up 7-0. So I didn't think it was going to be like last year, thank goodness, because we were down there for a while and we had that long trip back. But, I mean, it was still exciting. But this one's exciting because I like a defensive fight.
See the cheerleaders from Meville along the sideline. It's this game on PCN and on Armstrong and on WMGW 1490. So Meville comes out 2nd and 9. And their wing T offense, Manning behind Mumauer. To the right is Ferraro. To the left is Journey Brown. Brown goes in motion. And it's going to be Manning up the middle. Big hole for Isaiah Manning. Gets about 8.5 yards. Close to the first down. Up middle opened up. Good call on that there.
That was a big opening in that hole. The offensive line's really putting a push on them.
And, you know, Brown goes in motion. You see those linebackers starting to come out a little bit. That leaves the middle open. So it's 3rd and 1 for Meville. A ball on the 36-yard line of DuBois. Referee now putting a different ball in play. Mumau calling signals. Split to the left side. Brown goes in motion again. He gets the ball, and he's going to run a flip power, and he got the first down. So Meville gets the first down on the 33 or 4-yard line of DuBois.
One thing I love about Journey and Antonio being the halfbacks is they're not afraid to go in the middle and lower the shoulder either.
Well, that's a flip power, and you're right, Don. The old tradition flip power where the quarterback actually leads through, too, and the quarterback's got to be willing to block. First down for Meville on DuBois' 33-yard line. Meville leads 7-0. Referee keeps putting a new ball in play every play. That's interesting, Ed.
I wonder if it's for the humidity.
Could be, yeah. It must be. The ball gets a little slick. Mumau calling signals. He's going to hand it to Manning again. Inside Manning coasts down. He got a 10, 11, 12-yard gain all the way down to the 20-yard line of DuBois. Isaiah Manning is rumbling, bumbling, stumbling right up the middle.
Yeah, you can see the last times he's been running it that the offense has actually made a hole for him. There was only a couple plays that DuBois defense has got into our backfield. So the offensive line of Meadville is doing a really good job.
And I like that quick hitter with Manning because he hits the hole quickly. 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Mumaro calling signals. Ferraro in motion. He gets the ball. He's going to cut back in. Hurdles somebody and gets about 4 yards. Nice jump. He jumped over a would-be tackler. Brown slow getting up because he went to block, and big 63 kind of knocked Journey Brown right back.
Yeah, when Antonio came up on that outside, good thing he didn't try to stretch it because he would have had an extra 4. He got an extra 4 yards. You see Antonio Ferraro coming off. I think it's his shoulder again because he got banged up last week.
So Ream goes in for Ferraro. Meville split to the right. Mumau calling signals. Brown goes in motion. Going to go inside to Manning again. Manning this time rumbles in for about a good 3-yard gain.
Yeah, Manning just.
Oh, that was 3rd and 5. I'm sorry. I thought they had a first down, so it's going to be 4th down in a couple of yards. Big 4th down coming up here, Ed.
Yeah, Isaiah carried number 10, Greg Lyons, for about a couple of yards.
Is it 3rd down?
Should be 3rd down and 3.
Okay, 3rd and
2.
3rd and 2. Okay. See what they run here. Mumau calling signals. Going to give it to Journey Brown. Journey Brown stops and goes in for the first down. Nice cutback by Journey Brown. Shane Ream went to block, and Julius Ream went to block, and Julius really didn't block anybody.
Yeah,
Journey Brown got a nice first down.
They're really keying on Journey. They're holding him in check the first quarter and a half.
So it's 1st and goal from just about the 10-yard line. 9:45 in the clock running here. Meville like to get up by 2 scores.
Antonio Ferraro came back in for Julius.
Mumau calling signals. Manning behind him. Ferraro goes in motion. He gets the pitch, and he gets bumped, but he keeps his leg moving. He gets to the 5-yard line. But that was a hard run by Ferraro. He got hit behind the line and kept his legs moving all the way to the 5. So it's 2nd and goal from DuBois' 5-yard line. DuBois making a substitution on the defensive line. Darius Edwards, who keeps splitting out, he must feel the loneliest man on this team sometimes. But they keep going out with him because if he's wide open, they have a call where they'll just stand up and throw him the ball. Inside for Journey Brown, he's close, and he gets down about the 1. Touchdown Meville. They go up 13-0. And there's Brown and Manning, and that always scares me when they do that. That's how you can actually get tear an ACL.
They had, when Journey went in there, he got knocked a couple times, just kept his feet turning. If you see right here, where that little counter, there he goes, right there, boom.
And you know what that is? That's a trap. That was a nice hole on the
trap. Sorry, but then he lowered his shoulder on that safety. That was a real nice hard run. Now Mumau out for the extra point.
We'll see if they kick it or fake it. They came running across that line last time. Edwards puts it down. Mumau's kick, nice kick, and that is through the middle.
I tell you what, Mike, if they do an extra a fake on that middle's wide open.
But 8:57 left in the first half. Meadville 14, DuBois 0. And I want to remind some people that Snapchat snap yourself at the PCN Game of the Week. Check out the filter on Snapchat and send your snaps to PCN TV. So if you take a picture of yourself at the Game of the Week, check out the filter on Snapchat and send your snaps to PCN TV. And you can see it then. Snapchat. Follow us on Snapchat at PCN TV for a look behind the scenes of the Pennsylvania Cable Network. So if you want to see what goes on behind the scenes of PCN, follow us on Snapchat to look behind the scenes of the Pennsylvania Cable Network. And again, tonight's game will be replayed on PCN tomorrow night at 9. Visit PCNTV.com for your cable provider. And the replay of this game will be on PCN tomorrow night. It will be on Armstrong 2 or 3 times during the week, the replay of this game. So you can check out Armstrong's cable, and I'll let you know what's going to go on. Right now it's 14-0. I'll tell you, Coach Davis done a nice job calling plays right here, Ed. We might have found a change here going on. Seriously.
I like it when a head coach is a head coach and he has the offensive, defensive coordinator underneath him. That way he can manage both sides.
8:57 to go in the first half. Big kickoff coming. Kyle Hobson deep for DuBois along with Darren McCluskey. And this one's going to be hits the ground, and McCluskey picks it up on the 20 to the 25. And McCluskey goes to about the 28-yard line. He's a big guy. He's hard to bring down. There's about a host of Bulldogs on him. McCluskey fought for every yard he had. Brought down by number 58 for the Bulldogs. Dustin Beck, yes. And the Beck family has those Bulldogs, right?
Yes, they do. Tell you what, that was a good gang tackle by Meadville.
So Paulinelli now brings his team up. They have trips to their left side. They have a split to their right side. Brock Adams, the running back, sidecar to his right. 8:48 left. Look for DuBois start throwing that ball deep now. Paulinelli is going to run up the middle. And he breaks a tackle, and then he's tackled by Ferraro after a 6-yard gain. Nice run by Paulinelli.
They gave him almost 9 yards.
Yeah, he did. He had a good run there. He kind of read it well. If we get a replay, he kind of took his time to read the blocks, and then he was off to the races. 2nd and 1 for DuBois.
That gives them a good advantage when they do this, too, out of the shotgun. They can read it a lot better. You see how he cut right to the left.
Chris Fitzpatrick is going out in the secondary right now, Ed. First time he's played some defense for the Bulldogs. Fitzy's out there. Paulinelli looking to throw. He's throwing long. Incomplete.
That was good coverage, too, that was number 87, Austin Cottrell.
So and that was good to call on 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1, take a shot long, and now it's 3rd and 1 for DuBois with 8:07 left to go in this first half. Meville leads 14-0.
I like the no huddle.
You have trips to the right, split to the left. Paulinelli with the sidecar, Adams. He's going to run up the middle, and he's going to get nothing. Good defense stop there.
He's right on the line, right on the 39-yard line.
I think it's going to be a half a yard short. Yeah, it's half a yard short. 4th and a foot.
You can just see that down the marker over there.
Big number 10's coming in.
First down. They gave it to him.
Did they?
Yep. It was right on the 39-yard line.
Okay.
I would ask for a measurement.
All right. So then they reshuffle. Their short team comes out for DuBois and come back with their fast team. Paulinelli and DuBois behind 14-0, but they're an explosive team that can score a lot of points. 7:20 left in the first half. The clock moving. You have split to the right, 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers back to pass. He's looking to the middle of the field, stop and go, and it's going to be nice. Oh, they call a flag on it?
Oh, no.
No way. Oh, boy. They called a flag
on
on
the replay
Ream.
on this one.
I don't know about that one. I thought he got there as soon as the ball did.
That's why we have a replay, so then we can see for sure.
So that's not a spot foul. They bring it back and give him 15 yards.
15 yards, correct. Here it is.
Paulinelli was looking, and I thought Ream did a pretty good job covering him. Now, Ream has a height disadvantage. Nice ball by Paulinelli. Look at that spiral.
Ah, he pulled on his shoulder.
That is pass interference.
Yes,
Good call by the official. Right on the spot was that official, too. A lot closer than I am. So it's first down for DuBois on Meville's 46-yard line. 7:08 left to go in this first half. Meville also will get the ball to start the second half, Ed. Yeah, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Paulinelli's looking to run again, and he will be tackled after a 2-yard gain. Good defense by the Bulldogs. On the bottom of that pile.
Tristan Beck was the first one on there. And that's a big thing when they can get across the line and stay at home and they're not over pursuing, Mike. They're actually playing a lot better on defense, especially their front 4.
Well, Beck's a linebacker. He's one of the 3 linebackers tonight. But you're right, the front 4 is not giving up, and they're not being pushed back. So it's 2nd and 9. Paulinelli looking to throw. He's going to throw it to the middle, and
no one there.
No, and I don't know why the Meville kid stopped. Go ahead and catch that ball, right?
Right.
So
yeah, Tristan Beck's playing the line, and Destin Beck, his brother's playing linebacker.
So they switched.
Yes.
Tristan's playing a defensive end position. I see that. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9 for DuBois. 6:30 left in this first half. Meville leads 14-0. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Adam, the sidecar on the left side. Paulinelli, the right side. Paulinelli back to pass. He throws a quick one, and he bounces it, so that's incomplete. It'll be 4th and 9.
I'm really liking the push by the front 4. I mean, they're getting back there.
You know, and I'm surprised, though, with this push, we haven't seen a screen.
Yeah.
DuBois throws a lot of screens. Looks like they're going to punt it again. Meville's offense has convinced them to give the ball up unless they have a fake. And you got to be leery of a fake, Ed. Noah Snyder is a wide out, and the deep back who'll be punting, but you got to watch for a fake here. Fitzpatrick is deep. Ferraro now going out. I don't know what's going on here. Timeout Meadville. Meadville got the timeout before the ball was snapped. And I think Meville, Ed, is going to be prepared for a fake right here.
Oh, I would be. I mean, you got to be prepared for everything. And especially watch the ball, too, because you don't want them to move it up 5 yards and have it, more of a chance to get pinned back there within the 5-yard line.
Or if they're offside, maybe go for it.
Correct.
So you're right about that. Again, cable partner thanks. You're watching this game live. Statewide coverage of the Game of the Week courtesy of Armstrong Cable. PCN is funded by Pennsylvania cable companies and receives no tax dollars. Probably the only company I know that doesn't receive any tax dollars is PCN. Thank your cable provider for PCN. So thank locally Armstrong for having PCN. And PCN was actually founded by the Barco family, who actually founded cable TV in the state of Pennsylvania. And, of course, Armstrong and Meville Master Antenna way back when. Here's the punt. It's a good punt, low line drive. Meville's got to be careful on this one. It bounces. Fitzy picks it up on the 10. He goes to the 12. He's got some room out here. He puts in a little move on Fitzpatrick to the 20, dodges somebody, holds on to the ball, and he's down at the 22. Nice return by Fitzy.
I told you, I like this kid since game one. He's brought a little energy to the special teams this year.
Yes,
and
he has.
You can see he takes it really good off of this carpet instead of letting it bounce back in there, so he got it above the 25-yard line. Watch how he cuts it back. Boom, and then good thing number 7 slips, and then he holds on to the ball because they tried to strip it.
All right, Meville comes out. They have the ball on their own 23-yard line. 6:09 left in this first half. They lead 14-0. Moomauer calling signals, Manning behind him. Brown goes in motion. He's going to fake the Brown, come out throwing. He's got somebody deep if he can get him the ball. And he dropped the ball. Oh, boy, Ferraro wide open. He drops it. The pass was there. Antonio Farr had nothing but green carpet ahead of him. And I think he took his eye off it. And that'll probably be.
Oh, man, he had his guy beat by 7 yards.
I think what happened with Antonio Ferraro was he took his eye off it for a second and he dropped it.
Yeah, he tried to catch it down by his hip.
Got to use your hands,
right?
Here.
Yep, it went right through his hands and bounced right off his hip.
Tough break from Meadville right there. They had at least a big gainer, if not a touchdown. So now it's 2nd and 10 with 6:03 left in the first half. Moomau calling signals. That play's been open twice so far tonight. Brown in motion. Brown's going to get the toss, and he's going to look to go outside, and he's hemmed in there. Good job by the DuBois defense that time, stringing Brown out.
Yeah, that was number 1. Kenneth Garvey. He's a junior, 6'2", 185 pounds.
Good job by Garvey.
Yeah, he filled up in there on the outside and stayed at home, and then Journey couldn't go anywhere.
5:40 and the clock moving left in this first half. Meville leads 14-0. By last year at this time, Ed, it was about 40-50. Moomau calling signals. Manning behind him, 3rd and 10. First time Meville's been in a long 3rd and 10. Moomau looking. He's going to lead a receiver and caught by Journey Brown down the sideline. Brown will go all the way for a touchdown. Moomau hits Journey Brown along the right sideline. What? And Journey, I didn't think Journey was going to catch it, but he waited for the ball and he caught it.
Oh, did he turn on the afterburners after that? As you can watch, as soon as he gets out there, it looks like that he was going to do a little stop, and then he just turned, and then he just, Moomaw just lays it up for him, and as you see, as he catches it, it looks like he was almost going to step out, and he just tiptoed it. I think it was that track that kept, his balance.
And tell the audience how hard it is to catch a ball over your shoulder like that when your head's bopping.
Oh, it's real hard, especially when you got the lights in your eyes and everything.
A shocking score right now with 5:11 left in the first half. Meville up 20-0, Ed. Moomau now ready for the extra point.
Watch this middle open up.
And we have a timeout, and I think that's why. Ed, timeout Meadville. 36 is going in there, Ed. He must have not been in there.
Yeah, they only had 10 people. I just counted 10.
36 is Shane Chamora, the senior, 5'5". So little Chamora wasn't in there, but he's getting in there now. Maybe the coaches will tell him to go fake. The fake will be there.
Open the last 2 times. Darius keeps it and runs right up like
Edwards is going in, and maybe that's why. I think that's why, because Edwards runs the fake. So let's see. 5:11 left in the first half. Meville up 20-0. That was, what, 75-yard pass play from Mumau to Journey Brown? Or maybe 80-yard pass play. I forgot where they started from.
I like seeing the pass. A good mixture of pass and run.
So Meville is playing a good first half. Hope they continue throughout the rest of the game.
The run sets up the pass.
Jerry Davis calling a nice game offensively for Meadville.
Yes, he is.
He's mixing everything up. Got the other team off kilter. I think Coach Collins found himself an offensive coordinator. What do you think?
We talked about that at lunch, remember?
We did. You and I did. Here comes the snap. Mumau puts it down. The kick will be blocked. And you're right. They're coming through real quick now.
They're coming right off the left side and right side, but you can see that middle's a little open on the just right of the center.
So 5:11 left in this first half. Meadville 20, DuBois 0. Big block there. You always hate to see an extra point miss because it could come back to bite you later on. Catch the replay of tonight's matchup on cable or on PCN. Select tomorrow night at 9. Visit PCNTV.com for details. Again, catch the replay of tonight's matchup on cable or on PCN Select tomorrow night at 9. Visit PCNTV.com for details. As I said before, Armstrong Cable will be rebroadcasting this game about 3 times throughout the week. And on demand, it'll be on demand for about a month and a half.
Good crowd tonight.
Yep, there's a cameraman right there. Look at him. He's a star, huh? Wave to the crowd. Wave to the crowd. Come on. He's just smiling. One of the many cameramen. Jeff Corey also on the camera. Kevin Toppany is back there producing for Armstrong. Does a great job. We want to thank all those people. And Ed, you and I want to thank PCN for coming and putting the game on and allowing us to do the broadcast.
Oh, yeah. I like it when we have the monitor up here. It makes it so much easier for us.
It does. All right, Meville will be kicking off with 5:11 left.
Let's see what Mumaw's going to do.
The way our coverage is, I just keep kicking it. Our coverage has been pretty good tonight for Meadville.
Oh, they're staying in their lanes. They're just
young coach's name. Young coach is taking over the special teams. What's his name? You know?
I know it's Cody. I can't remember his
Cody's
last name.
His
from
first
Delaware.
Name. He played Division I football, and he's bringing a changed mindset to the special teams for Meadville this year.
He brought his cousin up from Texas to watch today.
Nice kick. Kicks it on the ground. It's going to roll down. Picked up at the 20, 25. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. And nice tackle. And he's brought down on the 43-yard line. Great return by Kyle Hobson.
Miles Moreland on that saving tackle there.
And if Kyle Hobson was a little quick, he might have taken it to the house.
Yeah, I think they did a right thing by squib kicking it.
The coverage.
But the coverage all came to the sideline, and he just ran it over by the hash marks and came up.
So you're saying they didn't stay in their lanes?
No. See how everybody flowed over?
Yep.
And then he runs it up in between the numbers and the hash marks. But good thing for Miles Moreland came over there and tackled him by the ankles.
Okay, Paulinelli brings them out on the 43.5-yard line, their own 43.5. Good field position right now for DuBois. They have 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Paulinelli back to pass, going to hit Adams, end up flattening. It's a bad pass into the ground. Manning saw that. He was late getting there, but he was running. But Paulinelli threw that at Adams' feet.
Tell you what, you look at his stats. Paulinelli, and it says 40 to 68, but he hasn't completed a pass yet.
Yeah, so. Probably just jinxed Meadville.
Oh, I hope not.
Paulinelli now looking for the play as 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Split slot on each side. Adams the sidecar to his right in the pistol formation. Spread, going to give it to Adams. Adams runs and gets a 2-yard gain. Good defense by Meadville right there on the right side.
Yeah, that was Tristan Beck on that tackle.
And Luke Sherrod also on the tackle. So Beck and Sherrod double team, so it's 3rd and long. With 4:40 to go in this first half, Meadville leads 20-0. Score is kind of surprising right now. Clock running again. DuBois split right and left, slot right and left. Adams, the running back on the right side. Paulinelli back to pass. He's being pressured. He rolls to his right, doesn't have a receiver. So Meville will come up, and Paulinelli will be knocked out of bounds after a yard gain. Good job by Ferraro right there.
Yes, it was.
So let's see what they do here. 4th down and 8. Will they punt it or will they go for it here, Ed? They're down 20-0. That's great field position if Meville can hold them.
How much time? 4:20. I would punt it.
Well, remind it, Meadville gets the ball to start the second half. And they better get out there right now. Yeah, guys wide open down there, Ed. On the other side, they better call timeout. And they're going to kick it. Boy, they had 2 receivers wide open. He didn't see it, the punter, and that ball is going to be let go, and it should be, and it's going to be down on about the 11-yard line. DuBois had 2 wideouts on the left side on their punt team wide open. Nobody covered them. Their punter didn't see it. Their coaching staff was yelling to the punter, just throw it to one of them. But the young kid didn't see it, so what are you going to do? 4:06 left in the first half. Meville up 20-0. Meville is hoping for a 4-minute drive. DuBois hoping for a 3 and out.
Well, the way Meville's been controlling the ball in the time of possession, I really think that it's gonna go into halftime if they don't get stopped.
And Meville needs probably 3 first downs. Of course, DuBois has, I think, all their timeouts. Let's see, they have 2 timeouts, 3 timeouts. Okay.
We have 1.
Yep. Meville has, DuBois has 3. 4:06 left in the first half. From Meadville, Pennsylvania, the PCN game of the week. The Meville Bulldogs against DuBois Beavers. Meville up 20-0 at this mark. Moomauer calling signals, split to the right. Brown goes in motion. Going to hand that ball off to Isaiah Manning, who goes up the middle for a good gain, about 8, 9, 10. And Manning breaks it to the 30. Manning to the 40. Manning to the 50. To the 40. To the 30. To the 20. To the 15. 10, 5. Touchdown, Meadville. Isaiah Manning goes 90 yards. Up the middle, down the right side.
I tell you what, I didn't think he was that fast. He outran that other corner from the other side coming up, but you can see this hole open up, and he's got good vision for a big guy. And he's got speed, and he knocked the dude over. As soon as he got out there to about the 50-yard line, nobody could touch him. I mean, he was gone. He runs good for a big guy.
Yeah, he gets ahead of steam, and he's gone.
Runs like his uncle, Jabbar.
Meadville.
Going for 2?
That's what the coaching staff said, Ed, and they know what you've seen before, too. The coaches up top probably seen the same thing, so let's see how they attack this. Going from their offensive formation, Meadville going for 2. They're up 26-0. Moomauer calling signals. He's going to slide to his left, and he dropped the ball. Yeah, he might have had it, but he dropped the ball. He forgot one thing, and that's the football.
I tell you what, it was a good fake. And he had it on his hip pretty good.
I think he had it on his hip, and then I think his leg popped it maybe.
Slipped it, yeah. You got to figure
with the replay.
With the humidity and everything. Yeah, he went to bring it around and
it
just fell out, yeah.
He had the corner. Okay, 3:47 left in the first half. Meville up 26-0. Shocking first quarter for everybody here. Meville, 4-touchdown underdog by many people going into tonight's game, Ed. 4-touchdown underdog, lead by 26 points with 3:47 left to go. But a lot of game left, especially when a team can throw the ball all over the field and score quickly.
Oh, yeah, I was just getting ready to say I have a feeling they're going to break one before Isaiah broke one, but I didn't think it would be one play.
Now we need to cover this kick. We had a little trouble last time.
Yeah, you look at this. We got a good crowd today.
Good crowd. Yep. Student body from Meville wearing all white. They're white outs. I tell you, DuBois is not bad following for their trip. You look across the way. There's the crowd on the Meville side.
People of all ages here. I love it.
Yep. Here's the DuBois crowd. Not bad for the long trip they have. Ed and I know about that trip. It's a long haul. So,
good thing I drove back, huh?
Yeah, you broke every speed limit there was, but it was okay for me. He was saying Coach Collins would help. 26-0. Meadville with 3:47. Coach Collins of Meadville is a state trooper who's really brought some organization back to this program. Ed.
Yes, he has.
Like you said, he was very blunt with the kids Saturday during their film session. There was no hold-barred meeting at that thing.
That's one thing I like about him. He's very blunt with all the kids. He's going to tell you how it is. You know, that's a part of growing up. You got to take it.
No cursing, no profanity, just honesty.
Yep.
All right, now DuBois trying for a spark here. They want to return. Meville goes to kick off. Moomauer will kick it. And it kicks this one to the left side in the air and gathered by Hobson. Hobson to the 20. He's to the 25, and he's dukes under 3 guys. He cuts back, and big return again by Hobson to the 45-yard line. Another return again. Meville had some bad tackling on that return. Great field position again, and Meville's kickoff team has left them.
Well, they had kickoffs. They had a couple guys in there that play on JV that normally don't go since they were up 26-0.
maybe to give the other guys a break, but they got to go down there and play.
Yes, sir.
You know. All right, Paulinelli brings out DuBois. Split right, split left, slot right, slot left. The sidecar Adams is on his right side as they get the ball from the side. 3:32 left in this first half. Plenty of time for DuBois to get back in this game. And plenty of time for DuBois to get 7 before the half. As they can hit it from anywhere on the field. Paulinelli calling signals. Meville in their 4-3-4 defense. He's going to fake it for a bubble screen right here. And good job by Journey Brown. Journey Brown made a great tackle on Dylan McCloskey, a sophomore, 5'11" wideout.
You can see Journey and Antonio Ferraro make a good read on that. The quarterback actually bobbled the ball a little bit.
3:10 in the clock running.
Look at that form tackle by Journey. Good job.
That was the first bubble screen that they ran. Paulinelli calling signals. Adam the sidecar to his left. Split right and left. Slot right and left. Look for Paulinelli to put it in the air again. No, he's going to run it up the middle this time, and he's going to be tackled for about 4-yard gain. 2:45 in the clock running, but DuBois has all their timeouts left. Should be 3rd and about 7.
Yeah, 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. Yep, 3rd and 5. And I got to believe they're in 2-down territory now. 2:20 in the clock moving. 2:30 in the clock moving, excuse me. Paulinelli look at his wristband and saw the receivers. They get the number and they look at their wristband to see what play they're going to run. Sidecar Adams to his left. Paulinelli back to pass. He's looking down the field. He's got a receiver. And intercepted by Journey Brown at the 25 to the 30. Brown up to 40. Brown will go out of bounds at midfield. Meville picks it off at the 50-yard line with 2:11 left. You know, Ed, we're calling both. Go ahead, Ed.
Oh, no, you can see Paulinelli come back and pass, but you'll see when he comes up the Journey, he actually jumps to the highest point of the ball. Watch. So the receiver can't get it. That's what I noticed the difference today when they were doing their warm-ups is when they were working with the DBs, they were jumping.
All right, Meville breaks the huddle on their own 49-yard line. They already lead 26-0. Mumau now with Manning behind him. Ferraro to the right, Brown to the left. Edwards split. Brown goes in motion. They're going to fake it. Meville coming out passing again. Mumau throwing another long pass. And it's incomplete. And Ferraro gets hit after the ball is thrown, and no flag by the official for unnecessary roughness. But Antonio goes to the referee, what is that about? I mean, and referee goes, well, you know, I guess I should have thrown the flag. I don't know.
That ball was overthrown.
Here's the replay.
It's a defensive player.
That's right, he's defenseless. Look. Oh, yeah, he went for his head. All right, 2nd and 10, 2:03 left in this first half. I was surprised Meville's not running the ball.
Maybe he was using the block. Yeah.
Coach Davis going after more points.
The ref might have thought since it was overthrown, he wasn't trying to.
That's a good point. I think the kid broke on the ball and just hit him. He didn't mean to. Movement now calling signals. Split to the right. Brown in motion. Journey's going to get it. Going to cut back inside. Journey gets 5. He's going back 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Meadville, Journey Brown. What a cut. Ed, you'll see the replay. 32-0 Bulldogs here with 1:50 left in this first half. Wow.
I tell you what, when he got that ball and he went to the right side, watch it. Here he goes. There's nothing there. But Journey has the speed to cut all the way back and then just outrun everybody. He's got good vision, too.
You know, Isaiah Manning turned around through a nice block. What a cut by Journey Brown. He's the gold medalist.
Look at the stride on him.
He's the gold medalist in 100-meter. He gets in a loose. Nobody's catching.
Was it a 4.52?
I forgot what it was, but there was nobody coming. I mean, superb job. Now Meville will go for 2 again, leading 32-0 with 1:50 left in his first half. Mumau calling signals, Manning behind him, running the wing tee. Mumau looking to pass, throws it into the ground. Mumau threw that one into the ground. Lex Miles was the receiver. He actually had him if he let him, but no good. So 1:50 left in this first half, 32-0 Bulldogs. And I got to believe Coach Collins might be satisfied. Like you said, Ray, he can talk to a lot of kids now. He's not thinking of what to call. You know, right? He can talk to kids and not worry about it and let Jerry call the plays.
Jerry's doing a good job.
Yeah, I like what Jerry keeps the defense off balance, right? There's some more kids right there, young people. Meadville crowd is, I think everybody's shocked at this score at the half, 32-0. Our kickoff team is the only thing that needs a little work here.
Yeah, but they're still doing well. I mean, they have one bad one, just this last one.
Now,
So let's see
last
what
week,
happens.
the Meville coaching staff was irate at halftime. You got to believe this week, DuBois coach is going to have a few things to say at half. So we got a whole half to go, plus a minute and 50, and that's a lot of time for DuBois offense still to get on the board. Right now, it's 32-0 Meadville, and if anybody is keeping track of this game and getting a score set to them, they got to be shocked. They just got to be shocked. First time I've seen the Meville coaching staff with a little bit of a smile on them, but still got a long way to go. They're going to be telling Coach Collins to go to North Carolina every week for a couple days.
Yeah, just come back late.
Moomauer will be kicking. One Meville has another kicker, so Moomauer gets a break once in a while. Probably a JV kicker, right? Here's a good kick by Moomauer, and it's going to hit the ground and picked up by Darren McCluskey. McCluskey along the right side gets knocked out of bounds. Good return again by DuBois up to the 41-yard line with 1:44 to go in the first half, and DuBois will come out firing. Meville leads 32-0. Ball's on the 39-yard line of DuBois.
That DuBois player actually had a nice run down the sideline because that ball almost got by him. I would just keep squid kicking it, Mike, because I'm telling you, something's going to happen for us when we kick off.
Meville will get the second half kickoff to start the second half, but DuBois has it now. 1:44 to go in the first half. 32-0 Bulldogs over the Beavers. Paulinelli calling signals. He's got split right and left, slot right and left. They're going to run across and Adams looking for the thing. He's looking over the middle, and the ball is dropped.
Through another person's hands. Number 1, Kenneth Carvey. He's a 6'2" junior, right through his hand.
And you know, there's a Meville player coming right there, too. You might have heard some footsteps, Ed.
Oh,
Second and 10 for DuBois, 1:39 left.
it's nice seeing a push from the defensive line.
Paulinelli calling signals. Split right and left, tight side on the right. Got the flood pass here. And missed tackle right there. And then another missed tackle. Nice run right there by number 7. I think Isaiah Manning went to put the hit on him, and he got deked out on that.
Yeah, he made Journey stand there a little bit, too.
Yeah, Journey held his ground a little bit. 1:26 to go in the first half. 32-0 Meville, but DuBois on the move. They have third down, 2 yards to go. Paulinelli calling signals. Split right and left, slot right and left. Went out of bounds, so the clock stops. He's going to hand it inside to Adams, and Adams breaks this one. And, boy, bad tackling. He's down the sideline looking to cut back, and he gets to the 30-yard line. Nice run by Adams that time, Ed.
I tell you what, number 7 for DuBois, Dylan McCluskey put a block on Journey, and Journey couldn't get around him and broke him out. As you can see it here, when he cuts through the middle and cuts outside, number 7 right there. Bam.
1:16, the clock moving. DuBois has all their timeouts. They get up to 1:10 left in the first half. Paulinini calling signals. He has a sidecar to his right, split left, slot left, back to pass. Paulinini has time. He's going to throw it out to, almost picked off by Meadville. He just threw it to an area. So it'll be 2nd and 10 with 1:01 left in the first half. I'll tell you what, Adams is a good runner. He has 156 yards rushing coming into the game. He averages 7 yards, and he has 2 rushing touchdowns this year for DuBois. As Paulinelli gets his number, looks on his wristband. Adams to his left, split right and left, slot right and left. Now Adams goes to his right. See what they do here. Paulinelli snaps, back to pass, looking, throws. He's got a man open. And that's going to be a touchdown, I believe. No, he dropped it. Wow. That was a nice pass by Paulinelli that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, Fitzpatrick came over there and broke it up when they got on the ground. If you can watch, he had it in his mitts. And then when he hit the ground, you can see Fitzpatrick's hand inside. Right there.
He stripped it.
Yep.
Fitzy playing a lot of defense tonight, and he's taking the place of who out there? Austin Cattell. Is Austin not out there? 3rd and long again. Paulinelli throws. He's got a man open. He drops it.
And the DuBois has had 9 drop passes that I've counted.
So it's 4th and 10, and they're going to go for it here. They might as well. 46 seconds left in this first half. People are running open. They're not catching the football.
Oh, he was wide open. He had 4 yards, and that was on Austrian Cottrell right there.
I don't know who Fitchy's in for. Is he in for? No, Journey's in there. Ferraro's in there. Is Ream not in? Maybe Ream's not in there. I don't think he's 3's out there. Do you? Nope. I'm not sure what happened to Julius Ream. He's a starter. Something happened to him. Fitchy's in there for him. Paulinelli, 4th and 10. Back to pass. Looking to run up the middle. He buys some time. He's got a receiver who catches the ball crossing. Nice cut. And at first down for DuBois, that was Kyle Hobson.
Down at the 5-yard line, I do believe.
Yep. Do you notice Paulinelli almost lobbed that one so they could be caught?
Yep.
That was a nice job by Paulinelli. Timeout, DuBois. They have 2 left. They're behind 32-0 with 35 seconds left in this first half. Meville has a lead for the first time. They have a nice lead. DuBois knocking on the door. And don't go anywhere, fans, the second half, because DuBois is a team that can put 30, 40 points on in the half. And as Ed said, they've dropped some passes. They've been wide open. They've caught some of those passes that they're probably only 6 or 7 points behind right now.
Oh, most definitely. I just can't believe on how many they dropped, though. I mean, that's not like them. When we went down there last year, and they only lost, what, maybe 2 receivers, and they still got the ones they had last year, and they're dropping them.
Yeah, they didn't drop any last year. And they didn't drop any. Meville didn't miss any blocks, and it was 107 to 90. And at the end of the game, Ed and I were totally exhausted. 35 seconds left. DuBois knocking on the door. 1st and goal, I want to say on the Meadville 6-yard line. Paulinelli now. More of a tight formation. Look for him to run. And flip pass there. Nice play by DuBois, and they run it in the end zone for a touchdown.
That was a good play call.
Kyle Hobson, yes, in motion.
Coaching staff. I like how Paulinelli throws the ball. He's got a good release for a running back.
Oh, very good release. They probably throw a halfback option with him also. Here's the replay,
flip.
Ed. Look at that flip.
And
Meville
then
had no contain.
Nobody's out there.
Nobody contained.
You only had Fitzpatrick, and he was stuck inside. They could have probably got him for a little reach around for a hole.
All right, DuBois will probably, let's see if they go for 2, being they're so far behind, and they are. 32-6. They missed like 3 extra points last week kicking, so they're going to go for 2. See if they run the same play, Ed. Paulinelli calling signals. They have trips to the right. Yep. Paulinelli's going to run it, and he is stopped. He didn't get in. So Meville stops them on a 2-point conversion with 28 seconds left. Meville 32, DuBois 6.
DuBois.
There's the scoreboard on the screen.
DuBois is not going to beat us on the run. They're going to have to throw to beat us.
Well, yeah, no,
even at the beginning of the game, even if the game was close, they would still have to throw to beat us. Our defensive line's getting too much of a push, and our linebackers are actually filling this time. So it's going to be hard for them to run.
Meville has a 26-point lead with 28 seconds. And I got to believe this time when they get the ball that it's going to take a knee because they get the second half kickoff.
I would keep everybody healthy.
Yep, I would too. There's the crowd again. Got to be impressed with what's going on.
Is that Dr. Patch?
Think so.
Yeah.
Son's done a good job for Meville this year. Real good job. That was Dr. Patch. You can see a beautiful night here in Meadville, Pennsylvania. If you want to say, where is Meadville, Pennsylvania? Well, it's about 30 miles from Erie. And we get south of Erie, and we get a lot of snow around here.
Not as much as them, thank God.
That's who?
Is Edinburgh or Erie?
Oh, we get more than Erie, but Edinburgh gets more than us. Oh, yeah. That lake doesn't freeze. It comes all down here.
And I'll just move north for if that happens.
All right. Onside kick, Ed?
No.
You don't think?
No, because you don't want to give Meadville half a field.
Yeah, but it's only 28 seconds left.
No, it's too early.
Okay. Let's see. I'm thinking onside. And I was wrong. Ed was right again. Fitchy has problems. Got to pick it up, son. Now he does, and he has a seam. He gets all the way to... Look at Fitzpatrick go to the 34-yard line. Nice return.
I like this kid running.
So Meville sets up shop with 22 seconds left. I think we take a knee here and go in the locker room with a 26-point lead if you're Meadville. At halftime, PCN and Armstrong will be showing you the bands. And Ed and I will be talking about the game on the radio side. Mumau coming out. Gonna call signals. Brown in motion. Hand it to Journey Brown. Brown cuts it back inside. He's down the middle of the field. Brown needs one man to beat, and he gets tackled on a 41-yard line. Journey Brown's having a night, Ed.
Yeah, he is. He's running hard. In the first quarter, he wasn't having so much luck. They were keying on him pretty good, but now everything's opening up for him that their corners have to actually set back because they're thinking that they're passes. So that's good play calling by Coach Davis.
10 seconds on the clock running. Meville has one timeout, now 8 seconds. 6, 5. Meville runs Manning up the middle, and that should take us to the end of the first half. So
they wouldn't even have to run a play, to be honest with you. They could just let it run out.
Halftime score, the Meadville Bulldogs 32 to DuBois Beavers 6. We'll be back with more as you're watching football on PCN and Armstrong and listening to it on WMGW 1490.
Under the direction of Armand Walter, assisted by Irene Ship. Additional staff for the band includes drum instructor Dwayne Banks, Joe Cabrera, and color guard instructor Miranda Tito. Tonight, the band will perform selections Mr. Roboto and AB 1928 Rockin' the Paradise from their 2016 show, Mass Band Stick With You.
here we go. DuBois will be kicking off left to right. Meadville going right to left to start the third quarter. By the way, to remind everybody, next week's game, Parkland travels to Easton. In next week's game of the week, courtesy of Service Electric Cable. Tune in at 7 o'clock on cable and on PCN Select. Parkland goes to Easton next week, the PCN game of the week. And here we go for the second half kickoff. We'll start. Hanna will kick off, and he does squibs it down the middle of the field. Takes a bounce, picked up right there by Fitzpatrick. He gets to the 20, to the 25, to the 30-yard line, 32-yard line. He's taken down. Nice return by Fitzpatrick up to the 32. So Meville goes first and 10. With 11:52 left in the third quarter. Just started the third quarter. Meville leads 32-6. Outstanding first half by Meadville, but I'm sure DuBois made some changes. Let's see how it goes for the second half. Mumau in the huddle with the Dogs. We'll bring him out. They're going to go split right, slot right. Look at this formation. They're going spread. Meville in a spread formation to start the second half. Something a little different. Fiorillo gets the ball. He turns upfield and goes back to the middle for about a 4-yard gain. 5-yard gain.
I like that. Come out there and showing a different look.
Coach Davis. Think about Coach Davis. He's not afraid.
No, he's not.
And that's how you have to coach sometimes. So Meville comes out in a spread formation. 11:30 left in this third quarter, clock running. It is 2nd and 5. Meville in their own spread formation. Split right, slot right. The slot is Fiorillo, split left. Now Brown goes in motion. His handoff to Manning. Manning got a big gaping hole, had a big hole, and then he started to go sideways. Should have kept going forward. And there's a flag down on somebody. What do you think that is? Do you see it?
Unnecessary roughness somewhere. I don't know if it's face mask.
See what we got here.
Face mask.
Ed, good eyes. Ed got those young eyes.
I'm surprised with them lights in with the window. So yeah, you can see right here where number 1, Kenneth Garvey, comes around, and then another guy came in. I didn't get his number right offhand. Number 9, it was Paulini.
Okay, he's probably frustrated a little bit. First down, Meville on the 43-yard line, their own 43. Mumau brings him up, split right, slot slot left for Meadville. Brown goes in motion. He gets the handoff. He stops and cuts it back inside. Now he takes it outside and gets 6 yards, maybe 7. Brown's hit hard. He's down on the ground, but he gets up.
Well, that was a good tackle by
Ream. Looks like 9. Ream is going to go in for Journey Brown as he limps off.
Brandon Paulini.
And yeah, Journey Brown says to Ream, stay out of there. He wicks him right back to the sideline. He goes, I'm okay. Sometimes Journey gets a second win. 2nd and 3 for Meadville. 10:30 and the clock moving here in the third quarter. Just started the third. 32-6 Meadville. Split right, slot right for Meadville. Split left, slot left. Fiorillo goes in motion. Fake to Fiorillo, goes inside to Manning. Manning off the right side. He has a first down and more. And he's driven back, but forward motion gives him to the 44-yard line of DuBois. Meville would like 5 or 6 yards to take some time off the clock, Ed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've basically been doing that all game, just milking the clock.
Journey comes out. Julius Ream comes in. Number 11 also going in for the Bulldogs.
For Fitzpatrick.
Fitzy going in maybe for running back. Oh, Fitzy's going in. So they got Ream and Fitzpatrick in there. Nope, Fitzpatrick is in as a receiver. Look at this. Meville going split right, split left, slot left. Motion man. Give it to Fiorillo around the right side. He's got room. He cuts back in and gets down on the 35-yard line. And I think Meville going spread is really mixed up DuBois, who thought they'd come with that wing tee.
Yeah, it's a good 9-yard gain. I tell you what, I like the spread because they're running the same plays out of the spread as they do with the wing tee, but it just opens up a lot more for these backs to run.
Is it easier to block for the linemen then?
Yes, because it spreads out the DBs. It gets everybody out.
2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs. And they are in their own spread formation. Mumau brings them up. Clock running, 9:25 and running here in the third quarter. Brown goes in motion. Going to give it to Manning up the middle. He's got the first down and more. Manning tackled on the 30. So methodically, the Bulldogs are moving down the field. 9:10 the clock moving. It's exactly what Meville wants to do. Comes out in their own spread formation. Mumau now calling signals. He's got Manning behind him. He's got Brown slot left, Ferraro slot right. And we got DuBois jumping in the neutral zone. 5 more yards from Meadville, Ed.
Yeah,
and I don't know if Meville is actually changing cadences tonight, which would be something different, Ed.
It looked like it because in the spread, number 75, I don't know if I have him on here, for DuBois. Out there is Tyler Cordell.
Okay, 1st and 5 for the Bulldogs. Ball on the 25-yard line of DuBois. Brown goes in motion. He's going to hand it to Journey Brown, and Brown going to cut right inside, cut back, and Brown is into the end zone for a touchdown, Meadville. Oh, look at that late hit. That is terrible. Oh, look at this, another push against Journey Brown. Oh, they're frustrating. That shows no class. I'm going to say it.
Yeah, but that wasn't on purpose. Journey cut in front of him, so I don't think that should have been a penalty. I'll be honest with you.
Let's see the replay.
Watch the replay.
Let's see the replay.
Watch Journey. Look how he hesitates in that burst of speed he has once he gets through that hole. Look, he waits for everything.
Nice block there by Isaiah Manning to set it going.
See, look, boom. As soon as he cuts, he's gone. Now, if you watch, the other player will come up here when he's going.
He's in the end zone.
Now watch.
He's in the end zone. No, that's from behind. That is terrible. I'm sorry.
I'm surprised Journey didn't get called for one either.
No, because he didn't get a chance to. The guy pushed him
away. Pushed him back.
Journey didn't get a chance. All right, 38-6. Frustration setting in right now for DuBois. That was a lack of class on that play. Mumau will attempt the extra point. 8:37 left in the 3rd. Snap. Mumau is going to kick it, and it looks good, and it is good. 8:37 left in the 3rd. 39-6 Meville, Ed. And what do you think?
We're getting into their heads.
And now I think their mindset was to stop Journey Brown. They haven't been. That's frustrating for them, correct?
Right, and you can see what the spread's doing too, and they came out into it. I mean, you could just see everything open. I mean, it's nice to see Coach Collins having a nice smile on his face.
And you like that. It gives him time to do that stuff. Talk to guys on defense, offense. Talk to players. Tell them stuff you want to tell them, right?
Yes, it does. And I mean, I know a lot of coaches can handle it, but I just feel that, you know, it just gives him more time to bond with the kids and let the other coaches do it. You know, and then that way he could still help out if he sees anything.
Journey Brown's down there talking to Coach Collins. He's pleading. I don't know if Coach Collins probably saying we're going to rest you on defense this series, maybe.
It's a good possibility.
8:37 left in the 3rd. 39-6 Meville. Meville did what they had to do. They took time off the clock and they put another one in the end zone. So here comes the kickoff team. One of the few areas that haven't really excelled in tonight.
I think they're doing all right.
They've taken Beck off the team. Do they have 11 out there?
No, I think they need one more.
All right. Coach Ford is substituting, but he doesn't have 11 guys yet. Oh, the penalty. So now, do you kick onside if you Meville, or you just kick it out of the end zone, put it on the 20? 45 yards.
Or actually a nice little squib kick, because you're actually taking everything and narrowing it down into a little box.
Okay. Squib kick. How far do you squib it, Ed?
Probably try to get it around
15?
Between the 15 and the 10.
Okay. See what Mumauer does here. Meville kicks off from DuBois' 45 after that flagrant foul. That's a flagrant foul right there. Frustration sets in, as Ed pointed out. 39-6 Meville. 8:37 left in the 3rd period. Mumauer now comes up. He squibs it. And the ball is hit off the hands, and it goes in the end zone, and that was Kyle Hobson who went off. So nice job by Meville that time, Ed.
Oh, yeah.
What does it come out to on high school? I forgot. 20?
Come out to the 20.
So at 8:35 left in the 3rd, 39-6 Meadville. And again, you can follow us on Snapshot. Add PCN TV for a look behind the scenes of the Pennsylvania Cable Network. Let's follow us on Snapshot. Add PCN TV for a look behind the scenes of the Pennsylvania Cable Network. You can follow them on Snapshot and get a look behind. DuBois coming out, split right, slot right, and hand it to Adams inside. Adams goes for about, well, he belted off somebody, got a good 5-yard gain. You don't mind them running the ball because the clock runs.
That was Isaiah Manning he just knocked over.
Low man wins, right, Ed?
That's right. You can even tell that on the offensive line, too, when you have,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at what General McLean did to us last week. Little guys, but they just, you know, their technique was perfect.
Split right, split left, slot left. Adams to the right side in the side core. Paulinelli calling signals, back to pass. Looking, throws a nice one there. Nice slant in right there. Good game, but a good coverage by Journey Brown.
First down.
7:58 to go in the third. 39-6. DuBois coming out with their passing attack. Clock running right now. Paulinelli getting the signal from the side. Split right, split left, slot left. Adams the sidecar to his right. Paulinelli in the spread formation. Calling signals, gets the snap, claps his hands, gives it to Adams. Adams is hit hard and down by Isaiah Manning. He shot right through there, made the tackle, Ed.
Boy, did he shoot right through there. He read that play just well. The quarterback thought he dropped it, and then you can see Isaiah Manning coming on your right-hand screen, bam.
So it's 2nd and 14 with 7:25 left in this third and the clock moving.
You see the difference in the form tackling this time?
Yeah, that's a good point, Eddie. Hit, lift, and wrapped. Now tight to the right side and left side. Running an eye pattern here. Ball is missed, and boy, Manning laid him out. Isaiah Manning's come to play tonight, folks. He laid out Dylan McCluskey, a sophomore wideout. He said to McCluskey, hello.
Yeah, you can see him coming here. He shot out of a missile
And that
again.
makes you drop the pass the next time because you get hit like that, Ed.
Oh, it does, most definitely.
Now it's 3rd and 14 with 7:09 left in the third.
What's that make, 12 drops now?
87, Austin Cottrell on the right side. Brown on the left side. Ball snap. They're going to run inside, crossing pattern. Now they're going to go long. Nice defense right there.
Julius Ream.
Kenneth Garby's looking for a flag. There was no flag.
Their feet got tangled.
And they played the ball. So DuBois looks like they're going to have to punt it back to Meville with 7:02 left in the third. 39-6 Meadville.
Yeah, you can see right here how Julius comes up and their feet just get tangled. He just lofted the ball up and just, you know, hopefully he'll come down with it. Yeah,
how many people we have out here? We got 11. Fitzy's back again. Let's see if they kick it or they run a fake here. High snap. Good kick to the left side. Got to let that one go. Got to get away from it, Meadville. Ball bounces down to about the 30-yard line, 29-yard line, and stops. So it's 6:49 left in the third. 39-6 Meadville. Smile, you're on live TV. Share your photos of the game of the week by tagging PCN TV on Facebook and Twitter. Again, Smile, you're on TV, live TV. Share your photos of the game of the week by tagging PCN TV on Facebook and Twitter. Donald Trump might use Twitter. He likes Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Big Gary Thomas on TV. He should be with them kids powerlifting. He can show them a few things.
Yeah, he takes up half of the screen. Move out, calling signals. Meville in their Delaware wing T formation this series. Can hand it to Manning. Manning fights through and gets 4 yards, and that flags fly, and that might be holding again.
I think it's face mask, maybe.
Looked like they called it on somebody in tight. Let's see what they call here.
Might be holding, yeah.
Yeah, it's holding against Meadville. So I'll move Meadville back 10 yards. Right now, Meadville wants to run that clock, and they'll punt it back if they have to. Take some more time off. 6:41 left in the third quarter. 39-6, Meadville Bulldogs lead here at Bender Field in Meville, PA. Beautiful night for football. Meville going for their first win of the season. They came into this game 0-2. DuBois came in 1-1. So Meville first and 19 with 6:41. Running it tight. Brown in motion. Going to give it to Journey on a sweep. Cuts back inside. And that time he gets bottled up there after a 4-yard gain. And somebody from Meville got knocked down. His helmet flew off.
Journey's lipping a little bit. I bet you it's a cramp.
65 is coming out for Meadville right now. Journey's coming off and Ream's going in. 2nd and 10. The ball's on the 22-yard line of Meville. 6:10, the clock running here in the third period. Meville goes split right out of the wing tee. They ran a nice series out of the spread, Ed. We'll come back to
I don't know why. I like that spread.
Mumau calling signals. Ferraro goes in motion inside to Ferraro on a trap, and Ferraro gets about, well, he gets pushed forward, gets about 4 more yards. So it's going to be 3rd and about 8.
It was gang tackling by DuBois on that one. I didn't even see one of the linemen from Meadville up there.
3rd and 7 for Meadville. That was a 7-yard gain by Antonio Ferraro.
Foster Cottrell comes back in.
5:30 and the clock moving here, the 3rd period. Meadville leads 39-6. Mumau brings him out. Ream on the left side, Ferraro on the right side, Manning in the middle. And Mumau back to pass, and he's going to be sacked.
Number 28.
You know, you don't mind
he
taking
shot right in there.
You don't mind taking a sack there either, Ed, because it keeps the clock moving.
Oh yeah, no sense of throwing it. I mean, you're up 39-6.
Under 5 minutes and the clock running. Coach Davis is not too pleased with
Mumau. Your second punt.
And that was a replay of Mumau getting sacked.
You can't be upset with the quarterback. I mean,
I think he wanted him to throw it quicker. But see, Mumau is this Meville's second punt of the night.
Yep.
4:40 and the clock moving. Ferraro is the punter. They got to make sure they don't have one blocked here. Ferraro's going to call time because I don't think there's enough people out there.
They got 11.
Well, he didn't like something. He called time. Antonio Ferraro called time. 4:32 left in this 3rd period. Meville leads 39-6. You're watching live statewide coverage of the game of the week, courtesy of Armstrong Cable. PCN is funded by the Pennsylvania Cable Companies and receives no tax dollars. So let's thank Armstrong for providing PCN, helping to provide PCN. All the cable companies help to provide PCN.
It's nice seeing the cheerleaders all happy too, dancing around. And then you got PCN Sports.
PCN Sports banner across the way, and the DuBois fans taking this game in with 4:32 left, 39-6 in favor of Meadville. Game of the Week replay on PCN Select. Download the PCN Select app to watch the replay of tonight's game. Visit PCNselect.com to start streaming your favorite shows. Okay, Meadville in punt formation. 4:32. It looks like DuBois coming after it, Ed. Ferraro gets a beauty. Fair catch called. Ooh, and made it to 43. Just caught by Paulinini.
That was a nice punt by Fiorillo.
Oh, yeah, Ferraro's been kicking the ball well this year. So DuBois sets up shop with 4:28 left to go in the 3rd on the 44-yard line. DuBois 44. That penalty really hurt Meville, that hold.
Oh, it
That's
did.
what stopped him.
Yep. Hey, only second punt in about 2 and 3 quarters of a game. That's pretty good.
Patrick's out now, so you wonder if Ream's back in. Brown on the other side. Paulinelli calling signals. Double slot. Looking across the middle of the field. Throws one out for a screen pass and overthrows Adams. And 75 and 54 are out there. And they set up the screen well, but the pass was just overthrown.
Yep, he just floated a little too much.
He catches that. He's going to go for a lot of yards because there's nobody out there but the offensive lineman for DuBois. 2nd and 10 for the Beavers. Paulinelli calling signal. Split right, split left, slot left. Adams, the sidecar to his right. Adams goes out in the flat. Paulinelli looking, then he's going to throw it at Adams. And Manning says, here I am.
Good tackle by Isaiah Manning.
Manning got deked one time, and then he said, I'm not getting deked again. He looked at his belly button, Ed, and drove him right there. That was 3rd and long for DuBois. 4 minutes left in this 3rd period, and the clock continues to run.
Yeah, Isaiah comes right up there.
39-6.
He's like he's shooting out of a cannon the second half. You notice that?
The whole game he's been like that.
Yeah, but he's been really.
The whole game on defense he's been like that, I think. Paulinelli, split right, split left, slot left. Adams stays in, help block, and here comes a rush. Nice job by Paulinelli to elude the rush. He throws on the run and throws a grounder. That's hard to do when you go out to your left and try to throw it across your body. It's very hard. Nice rush by the Bulldogs that time, Ed.
Yeah, you can see him come up on the left-hand side and then trap him in there, and then he gets out. And then he couldn't just throw it on the run. That's twice that he's thrown it down like that on the run.
So DuBois is going to be forced to punt with 3:40 left in the 3rd. See if they have a fake here. Fitzpatrick deep from Meadville. It's on his own 38-yard line. He kicks it, and it's a wobbly kick, and Meville's got to watch it doesn't hit somebody's back. And it's going to bounce backward to the 42-yard line of Meadville. Not a great kick, but not a bad kick. Meadville takes over with 3:31 left in the third. 39-6 so far in the second half, Ed. We've only had one score, and that was by Meville. It's Coach Davis who's calling the plays tonight. And if Meville continues to win this game, Ed, Coach Davis deserves a game ball.
I give it to him.
What do you think about how he's called the game tonight on offense?
He does good. I watch him when he coaches the JV, and he mixes it up also. You know, the wing tee, he throws it a lot, and it just keeps the defense on their heels.
Meville looks like they're coming out with the spread, Ed. Spread formation, Meville. Look at this. Split right, split left, slot right. Now motion. And they're going to run that sprint sweep. And look at this run here by Julius Ream to the 30-yard line. A big gainer by Julius Ream on the sprint sweep.
I like to see that from that young kid.
And Ed is smiling up here because he loves the spread. Ed, go ahead on the replay.
Oh, you look at him just come through. I mean, he's got good vision. He has speed. Look at all these kids that are missing him. You can't arm tackle this kid. He might look small, but he's strong. He's just like his dad.
Might be a little better. First and 10 for the Bulldogs as they continue to stay in the spread. Moomauer calling signals. Brown in motion. And he's going to fake it to Brown, give it to Manning. Manning's going to slide through and get about 4 yards, 5 yards. Nice run up the middle. Isaiah Manning having a night. Jerry Days having a night calling plays, I'm telling you. 2:45 and the clock moving.
We'll probably see him a lot more on the sidelines next week, Mike.
I'd let him run the plays the rest of the year, to be honest.
I would.
Moomau calling signals. Meville in their spread formation. 2:30 and the clock moving left in the third period. Manning behind Moomau. Now Moomau checks out. Manning now goes to his right in a sidecar. Brown goes in motion. It's going to be fumbled.
Oh, no.
And Moomau covers it up.
Okay, good.
Got a little quick on that one. Moomau covered it up, so they don't turn it over. 2:10, the clock moving here in the third. 39-6 Meadville.
It's the first time I've seen him not to get the handoff all year.
Coming up on 2 minutes, you got to wonder if Coach Davis is going to go to the air.
It's not going to hurt anything. You got to show other teams that you can pass.
And they've had some good pass plays tonight
yes,
so
they
far.
Have.
Meadville now in their spread formation. Journey Brown says to Moomauer, I got this kid beat. Journey Brown just said, this linebacker's on me. Throw me the ball. Let's see what happens. Moomauer calling signals. Ferraro is in motion. Inside handoff to Manning. Manning's going to take it outside to get the first down. Oh, nice cut by Manning, Ed. You'll have that one on replay. So the Meadville Bulldogs continue moving the football with 1:30 left in the third. They're up 39-6.
You can see how for a big guy, his feet work is so good. Look, boom, and then he cuts it. Another one, and then he still picks up speed. See, I would have lowered my shoulder a little bit and knocked him over.
Yeah, but you don't have the speed Manning has. 1:16, the clock moving
Thanks,
in the
Mike.
third. Moomauer calling signals. Meadville in their spread formation, 1st and 10 on the 21-yard line of DuBois. Moomauer calling signals is going to hand it off to Ferraro, who's going wide. Now he turns it inside. Ferraro might go. Ferraro is going to be knocked out, and the ball comes loose about. Oh, he's in for a touchdown. Meadville
nice
touchdown. 45-6 Meadville with 57 seconds left. Ed, this is a surprise to everybody. They came in as a big underdog, and they're putting the two DuBois today.
Well, I thought it would be a lot closer. I thought maybe, yes, I did.
So did I. Who didn't think it would be closer?
Oh.
Gary Times had a 1-point win for Meadville.
See, that's what I thought. I thought maybe like 3 or 4 points.
You did. You told me at lunch that I paid for.
And thank you. I appreciate it. That brisket was really good, though.
Moomauer now to attempt the extra point. Ed was on the hold. Snap is good. The hold's good. The kick is up, and it is no good. It got blocked. Something they'll be working on next week, Ed. It's a couple blocks.
Well, they're coming from the outside. They're not coming from the middle. So when you put them fast guys out there, they can get in there. And then if you don't have a good snap or hold, it gets there too slow.
If anybody knows the Cache Grove City score, text it to Ed.
Yes.
All right, and if anybody knows the Titusville Merciers Prep score, let Ed know. Text it to Ed. And also, McDowell is playing Prep tonight. Let us know the score if you have it. Text it to Ed. And McLean is playing Central tonight, a game that's interesting to Ed and I. Let us know. 2 teams that beat Meville this year. 57 seconds left. 46-6 Meadville. 45-6 Meville, excuse me. There's DuBois fans. They don't look too excited. They made a long trip here, and they said, why did we come to this game? Could have stayed home watching on TV.
Oh, Mike. Ouch.
Well, that's something you and I would be saying if we drove that far to watch a team play. 45-6 with 57 seconds left in this third quarter. What a game the Dogs have played so far tonight.
Oh, it's awesome.
Meville's been on PCN. This is the 3rd time, and they have not won yet. And if you get any scores, let us know. Again, guys, if you know the Cache Grove City score, text Ed. If you know the Titusville Merciers Prep score, text Ed. Gerald McLean is playing Central. Let us know. And, of course, the big one up in Erie, Prep against McDowell. That's what Ray's calling tonight.
Bet you Ray's having fun with that one, isn't he?
If McDowell's playing well, he is.
You only called me Ray one time tonight.
That's it.
You even called me at lunch.
You're getting the hang of it. Moomaw, nice pooch kick to the open area here, Ed. Picked up very well, though. Eagles got to stay in their lanes, and the ball's on the ground, and I think recovered by DuBois. Boy, that ball was sitting there for a second. DuBois
tripped over his own player.
DuBois pounds back on it on about their own 32 with 50 seconds left in the third period. Meville leads 45-6.
Now, see that pooch punt? That's what I would have done down there when we had that penalty. But when he come running up there, he tripped over number 86's feet, and then I guess the ball came off of the guy's hip when he was running. Number 2 picked that one up. That's Kyle Hobson.
Kyle Hobson, yes. So Paulini, has him in their spread formation. Sidecar Adams to his right. Back to pass. Going to be throwing a lot now. Throws it over the middle. Knocked away by Journey Brown. Nice play.
That was close to being the pass.
Oh, that was a great play by Journey Brown.
Journey, just go back out. Don't be John. Let the score do the talking.
And that was an incomplete pass. Why the clock? Oh, you know why the clock's moving? Because of the score.
Yes.
Yeah, the clock continues to run with 20 seconds left in the third.
I got
it's
some
a running
scores.
Clock right now. Go ahead, Ed.
I know Franklin's over Warren 20-18. McDowell is losing to Cathedral Prep 24-9 in the third. Central Tech is losing.
Paulini running around the right side and tackled and brought down, and that will be the last play of the third quarter. So at the end of 3, the Meville Bulldogs 45, DuBois 6, Bulldog basketball on 1490 WMGW, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter. Here to start the fourth quarter, 45-6. 45-6, Meadville over DuBois. Ed, you got scores.
Yeah, I have Franklin 20-18 over Warren in the third quarter. Cathedral Prep 24-9 over McDowell in the third quarter. General McLean 26, Central Tech 14 in the third, and Mercyhurst Prep 28, Titusville 14 in the fourth.
Okay. Thank you, Ed, for those scores. And
thanks to Mike Ferry.
Mike Ferry, good job. Not only is he a great golfer and a great golf instructor, he can get scores for us. Thank you, Mike. And Mike, I'm having a little problem with my chipping game right now from about 8 yards in, so might have to call you to get a quick lesson. Start of the fourth quarter. Here we go.
They got to put the right lessons.
They got to put the right clock on there. They got a minute 20 going. I don't know what's going on with our. There's 12. Paulini over the middle. He's got a receiver for a first down. Nice pitch and catch right there to Greg Lines, known as
Bubba. Or is it Bubby?
What is it known as?
Buddy.
Buddy Greg Lines, known as Buddy Lines, made a nice catch.
He's a big boy.
He is. Good target. 45-6 Meville, 11:40 in the clock running. DuBois has the ball at the midfield stripe. They have slot right, slot left, split right, split left. Bubble screen inside. They're out there this time, and it's nice tackle, but he runs out of the tackle. Kane Chamora. Kane Chamora, linebacker, 5'5", 160 in on that play. He made the hit, but he was dragged about 4 yards. So it's 2nd and 3.
That's the first time that bubble screen worked for him tonight.
Coming up to 11 minutes, the clock running. Inside handoff to Adams. Adams, oh, nice tackle right there at the point of attack.
Kane Chamorro.
Kane Chamorro, a senior, hit him hard. Might be a first down, but you got to like the effort by Kane right there.
Yeah, this kid never quits. You can see. I tell you what, he came up like Isaiah on that play.
Yeah, you know, and that's interesting you said that because right now Meadville's coaching staff is resting some of their regulars. What a big lead, and you like to see that. Let some other kids get in right now. You're leading at 45-6, right?
Oh yeah.
Paulini calling signals. Got sidecar to his right, Adams. Snaps, and that means Adams is going to run again, and this time Adams is going to get the corner and a couple tackles, tackled by Julius Ream out of bounds. But the clock continues to run because of the point differential. So coming up to 10:20 in the clock moving, 45-6 Meadville Bulldogs. You have to say that Meadville's played a complete ball game tonight.
Oh, they have, both sides of the ball. I mean, everybody's played good, even the DBs. So you can see what work that they put in this week, especially the DB coaches, Brian Ford and Cody. I can't remember his last name. Sorry, Cody.
Paulini calling signals. Back to pass. Looking to his back and underthrown. Intended receiver number 23, Cole Finley, a sophomore, is in the game. 9:40 and the clock moving. A running clock right now. Meadville has a big lead. Meadville JV team will be taking on DuBois Monday. They travel to DuBois Monday on a school night. Interesting.
I don't like it.
Interesting.
Poor kids aren't going to get back until 11:30.
I know they're getting a big O.D. Anderson bus for the JV team.
Are they really?
Yeah, the boosters are.
Nice.
They're
Thanks,
going
boosters.
in style, yes, so they can sleep on the way home. Paulini back to pass. He's going to run the quarterback drawer. He's going to break it outside, now back inside. Nice run by Paulini. Close to the first down for DuBois.
That was a nice hard run by him. You could tell that some of the starters
made
are out.
The tackle. They had 82 Lennox Miles on that tackle. 58 is in there for Meville now also. 58 is Dustin Beck, playing a linebacker. Paulini hands it off to Adams. Adams going to right side and up. Corner missed him. That was Ream. Ream tackled there. Touchdown, Adams. Ream put his head down. Tackle there. Coach Collins thought he was out of bounds. Nice touchdown by DuBois to make it 12. DuBois will be going for the extra point. 8:47 left in this game. Meadville's going to win this game, Ed, and they're going to be 1-0 in region play. 1-2 overall, but more important, 1-0 in region play.
Yeah, we still got a lot of games left. You know, I'm glad to be 1-0 in the region and 1-2 overall.
Next week, the Meadville Bulldogs will be home again against the Warren Dragons. So you said we're losing it or winning tonight?
We're winning.
No, Warren.
Oh, Warren was losing.
And that kick is wide left. If you're a Buffalo Bills fan, Ed, you know all about wide left.
Thank God I'm not. Yeah, Franklin was up.
Franklin's playing good this year. Coach Tom Pyle has the Franklin Knights playing good.
Mike Ferry texted that.
I can't see. Just tell me what it says.
It says practice chipping the one hand on the club. But Warren's still winning.
Tell Mike I'll be calling him tomorrow to get an interpretation of that. 45-12, Meadville over DuBois with 8:47 left in this contest. Meadville has played, I think, their best game in about 3 or 4 years.
All phases of the ball.
Yeah.
Special teams, the offense, the defense.
Like the way Coach Davis has called the offense, and got to believe he's going to be allowed to do that the rest of the year, Ed. Coach Collins can relax and talk to the players and help out with defense, too.
I would, and I think Coach Collins needed the break to go, you know, with everything that was going on, the losing. And I mean, I know I'd want a break, and, you know, seeing his son graduate from the Marine Corps.
Coach, how about Coach Amato, Commissioner Amato?
Yeah.
One of our assistants down on the field. Meadville even got a commish. He's one of the commissioners here in Crawford County.
He got hats for everybody except for us, Mike.
That's okay.
He said we can get one for $5.
Know what he said to you?
Yeah.
$5?
But it's not embroidered. We have to go get it embroidered.
That's right. My motto is, if it's free, it's me. 8:47 left. Meville up 45-12. The Meadville Bulldogs will win this contest. Meville putting in some other kids. I think some of the JV kids are in there right now. Look for the onside kick here. Nope, they're going to kick it deep. Fitzy's going to, nice catch by Fitzpatrick. Wow. It's up to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. Fitzy is going to, look at Fitzpatrick to the 30, 35, 38-yard line.
Nice move.
Nice tackle by 31 for DuBois. A very nice tackle by Andrew Bolt.
Tell you what, It looked
Andrew
like he
Boyle, a southpaw. Nice tackle.
looks like he did the moonwalk when he turned around.
So let's see who's in the offense now for Meville with a big lead. Let's see if they put some subs in here. Ream's coming out, so he's not in there.
That was a nice catch with his fingertips. And when he was coming up there, I tell you what, he had a steam coming through there. And then he got spun around. It did look like he did the moonwalk.
Meville has their first team in there. They're running the spread with 8 minutes and the clock running. Mumau calling signals. They're up 45-12. Ferraro gets the ball. Look at the double reverse to Journey Brown. Brown's going to open it in the field. 50, 40, 30. Goodbye. Journey Brown will not be caught. Touchdown Bulldogs. Journey Brown on the double reverse. Mumau to Ferraro to Journey Brown.
He looks like he's cramping up again.
Yeah,
you got to take him out. I mean, it's 7 minutes left.
7:40 to go. 51-12 Bulldogs. Journey Brown.
That was perfect. When they do the reverses, I like how they toss the ball to the person instead of trying to put it in, because sometimes that causes a lot of problems.
And Ed, when you get cramped up, potassium, right? You need potassium. Bananas.
Bananas, mustard, and pickle juice.
How about Gatorade?
I like water.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. 7:40, 51-12 Bulldogs. Mumau will kick. Journey Brown on their double reverse. Brown's got to have over 300 yards tonight. Huh?
Close.
Got to be close. They're missing a player, so they want a timeout. Meville will get a timeout. One of the players forgot he was in there on the extra point. So Coach Collins and the Bulldogs take a timeout. Meville didn't want to try it with 10 people.
I wouldn't want to either, because they've had a couple times close to being blocked.
Smile, you're live on TV. Share your photos of the game of the week by tagging PCN TV on Facebook and Twitter. That's Smile, you're live on TV. Share your photos of the game of the week by tagging PCN TV on Facebook and Twitter. Again, we want to thank PCN for coming here tonight, allowing us to bring you this game across the state of Pennsylvania. And District 10 Northwestern football is good football.
It is.
And this DuBois team might have lost tonight, but they're going to get their quarterback Miller back in a week or two, and they're going to be a total different with Paulinelli running around out there and Miller throwing the ball over the field. Again, on PCN, you can follow on Snapshot. Add PCN TV for a look behind the scenes of Pennsylvania Cable Network. So if you want to see behind the scenes of the Pennsylvania Cable Network, follow PCN on Snapchat. Add PCN TV for a look behind the scenes. Meville will attempt the extra point. Edwards will hold. Is that Mumauer kicking or somebody else kicking it?
Looks like Mumauer.
Okay. Good snap. And the kick is partially blocked, but it goes through. So Meville 52, DuBois 12 with 7:40 left in this contest. Beautiful night for the game. And Ed, your assessment so far of this contest?
Still excited about their, Meville coming out and just, basically punching DuBois right in the mouth. I mean, all I have to say is the offense and defensive line have helped out. The offensive line has helped out, Journey and Isaiah creating holes, letting them get some runs through. Also the defensive line. Defensive line is getting to push back into the backfield and cause a little havoc for the quarterback. So when you do that, the DBs actually have a better game and takes a lot of pressure off them. As you can see, it's 52-12 in the fourth quarter, 7:40 left. As they come back out on the field, Meville will be kicking off. Yeah, you can see the cheerleaders showing all the fans. It's nice to see smiles on the fans' faces, because Meville's they're excelling on both sides of the ball, Mike. I mean, it's a whole different team from 2 weeks ago.
Even last week.
Yes.
I really like, and I hope it stays. I'm voting for Jerry Davis calling plays the rest of the year. Got my vote. If we have an election, you got 2 votes right here, correct?
Yep.
Meville will return home next week against Warren. So you Meville fans in the Meville area,
Plus,
come out to bend the field and support the Dogs as they have another Regent game against the Dragons.
plus it's hard for. I mean, I know Coach Collins knows the offense.
Excuse me, they have a non-Regent game against the Dragons. Warren stayed in with Prep, so Warren and Prep play for the detention every. Who you betting on?
Good
that
luck,
game?
Warren.
Yeah, we know about playing Prep all the time. Mumau now will kick off, and a squib kick to the middle of the field, and it fall down on the 35-yard line, and that was a good idea. This way, Meville didn't have to tackle anybody at that time.
Yeah.
66 and 67 going in for Meville. Elijah Soltis, a senior defensive tackle, is going in for Meville. Isaiah Whistler, who plays offense, is playing defense now. So Meville getting some subs in. Journey Brown's still out there, though. Lennox Miles is still out there. Christopher Patrick is playing corner. Journey's going to play the other side. So Meville has 2 new defensive tackles in the game. Paul Nellick still calling signals, coming up at the 7-minute mark, hands it to Adams. He runs inside and he gets stuffed. Nice tackle. Who's that young man that made the tackle? One of Meville's subs. They just put in number 50. Meville have a 50. Jacob Martin, a junior defensive tackle. Nice job by Jacob Martin. 2nd and 9 for DuBois as they have their spread formation. Paul Nelly back to pass. He has time. He's throwing it long. And, oh, Fitzpatrick missed him, and there goes the touchdown for DuBois, number 2, Kyle Hobson.
Hey, you know what?
Fitzpatrick played for the interception.
He played it very well. There was nothing he could do. I mean, he got caught behind a little bit because he had 2 yards on him, but he still made a good effort at it. You know, don't hang your head about that. You're going to get beat sometimes, but they've been playing a heck of a game. Yeah, he was 2 yards back.
I guess
if he wouldn't have looked back too soon, if he would have kept running and tried to play the ball too soon, he'd have been fine.
Ed, I guess when you give up a long touchdown and you have a lead, that's okay, right? If it was a 1-point game or a 1 touchdown, that was a tough play.
Right. And sometimes, you get your feet caught. He should have just kept running instead of playing it that soon.
And we got
but it's something to learn by.
We got a fire sale going on right now. All referees all blew their whistles. Offsides Meadville, as they tried to block it. I wonder now if DuBois will go for 2 since they are closer to the end zone. Meadville leads 52-18, 6:29 left in this contest. Now I got to believe Coach Davis. I'll just bring him in the wing team.
Well, he's an offensive coordinator. He's an offensive mind.
I got to believe Coach Davis now, Ed, when Meadville gets the ball, we'll bring him back into the wing team and just tell his backs, hold on to the ball, get some yards, run that clock.
Might as well.
Kick is up, and it is no good. Wide left again. And
nope.
Oh, it is good. Excuse me. By Carson Hanna, a senior 5'10" kicker for DuBois. Did a nice job kicking that one. 52-19, Meville Bulldogs. 6:29 left in this contest. Ed, onside kick's got to be coming, right?
Oh, yeah.
Coach Collins talking.
They haven't had much time to do it because they only scored 3 times.
No, but I mean now, why not? What do you have to lose, right? You have nothing to lose if you don't get it. Coach Ford is bringing the paper up, showing everybody where they got to go. That tells me maybe the JV return team is out there, Ed, which is kind of scary if they're going to onside. But they got to learn too, right?
Well, he's probably showing where everybody is for the hands team.
Yeah. Journey's going back out there because he's on the hands team. You're exactly right, Ed. That was a good call. He just told Journey to get out there too. Was trying to see where everybody is. The paper he's looking at looks kind of dark, but I don't know. There's Journey Brown. He's had a heck of a night. Journey Brown over 300 yards tonight. And they also had a nice reception for about, what, 70?
75 yards?
75-yard reception. Great pass by Mumauer, too. 52-19 Bulldogs with 6:29 left. Meville has everybody up looking for this onside kick. Fitzpatrick only one deep. See who do what. They might kick it deep because nobody's back there except for one person. And race under it. Let's see. Kick is coming up, and yep. That's exactly what he's going to do.
Nice
Fitzy's got to get on the ball, though, even if it goes in the end zone. Up through the end zone.
Yeah, remember when it breaks the plane, they blow it dead.
That's right.
But I tell you what, that was a booming kick.
Yes. Very nice kick by DuBois. So 6:29 left. Meville looks to try to run out the clock. They lead 52-19. Here's Chris Fitzpatrick going to the sideline. He's had a nice game for Meville. Fitzy. And Kurt Mumauer will lead the Bulldogs out.
You know what I like about when they use him as a returner? It gives Journey a time to relax and Isaiah. Because I think Ferraro's out there with him too when it's
correct. Meville coming out, and that's what I thought in their tight wing formation. Umau's letting that clock run down to 6:10. Calling signals. And handoff to Isaiah Manning up the middle. He has a big game. Manning has a big game all the way up to the 40. Breaks the tackle, 45 to the 50 goes Isaiah Manning. And that looks like, to me, Manning's got to be over 100 yards too tonight, rushing the ball. At least maybe close to 150 yet.
I think he's got between 150 and 165. I mean, he hits that hole quick. I mean, the offensive line is just making big holes for this kid. He runs hard.
He sure does. Austin Cottrell is going in to play some offense as a wideout.
We still get him for one more year.
Isaiah back, Reams back.
Yep.
JV team has a kid by the name of Brown who's pretty good. DuBois is going to take a timeout.
Max Brown.
Max Brown looked pretty good to me in a couple of games I watched.
He came back from that ACL tear from last year up at Veteran Stadium. Remember that?
Yes, we have a timeout on the field with the score of 52-19 in favor of the Bulldogs. Again, you're watching live statewide coverage of the game of the week, courtesy of Armstrong Cable. PCN is funded by Pennsylvania cable companies like Armstrong and receives no tax dollars. So let's thank Armstrong for helping provide this game. Armstrong, one wire, infinite possibilities, and they provided a lot of sports locally. You can watch Armstrong, and they do a great job, not only football, but volleyball, boys and girls, soccer, boys and girls, lacrosse. They do a lot of things, our local Armstrong Cable.
Yeah, they're very active in our community. Thank you, Armstrong.
Tonight's game will be replayed by Armstrong Cable 3 or 4 times during the week. Also, they will be replayed on PCN tomorrow night at 9. So if you get PCN tomorrow night at 9, visit PCNTV.com for your cable channel. But it'll be on PCN tomorrow night at 9. You can watch this game again. You get to listen to Ed again as the Bulldogs come out.
The voice.
1st and 10 on midfield, 5:28.
They got the JV in.
DuBois does, right?
No.
Meville too?
Yep.
Who's the quarterback? 16, Colin Kilburn. Colin Kilburn, a quarterback for the Bulldogs. And nice handoff there. Number 28, Jonte Brown. Is he any related to
They're cousins, yeah.
the cousins?
All 3 of them.
Does he have any speed like his cousin?
Yes, he does.
All right, let's get Jonte out there.
Big difference from last year when I saw him run. He actually had a nice catch in the JV and had broke one for a touchdown.
Kilburn, and this is the teams that will be playing each other Monday right here. Up at DuBois, both JV teams are in. Kilburn calling signals. Taking his time, 4:50 in the clock, moving on a running clock. Hand off to the outside, and boy, nice pull right there. Nice run, nice pull
Drew
by
Stewart.
62.
You saw that pull, Drew Stewart with the carry.
I don't know who 62 is not on our sheet here, so I apologize for that. Who ran the ball?
Drew Stewart.
You know these backs better than I, Ed, so I'm
Yep.
gonna let you tell us from the onset who's running the ball. Ed knows the JV team a little better than I do. So Kilburn leads them out. Who's the fullback here?
I can't see his number on that
Okay.
one. Hold on.
And it's 3rd and 5 with 4:10 the clock running left in this game.
I think it's Cameron Brazil, I think.
He's got the ball, nice run right there, and he's going to be close to the first down to push back. 52-19 Bulldogs. Going to be 4th and about 3. 3:55 in the clock running. Meville's going to keep the ball. 89 bringing the play in. Isaac Chapman, a freshman, 5'9", 145, bringing the play in for the Bulldogs. One thing you got to remember when you're a young kid, when a coach gives you to play, you can't forget when you get to the huddle. I remember I played wideout when I was in high school, and the coach gave me a play, and I forgot when I got to that huddle what he called.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the coach wasn't happy with me. I sat out most of the game after that.
That fullback's Arian Cotterman. Sorry.
Okay. Kilburn calling signals, hands the ball off, and Meville, they're going to be short of the first down, I do believe. 3:15 the clock running.
First down, DuBois.
Right, first down DuBois, change of possession. 3:05 in the clock running. Coach Collins saying the 1. He wants his first team defense back out there, right?
Oh, I would.
Let him end the game on the field, right?
Right.
2:50 and the clock running. 2:45 and the clock running. Who's the quarterback for DuBois now? Number 18? Is that right?
I do believe.
Eric Snyder, sophomore quarterback, 6'1", 170. So Snide is quarterbacking right now with 2:30 in the clock move. Calling signals, hands the ball inside to the running back. Meadville defense stops him after a yard gain.
I like that, the snap. We use that down in Pittsburgh, like when they sit there and use their hands.
Kind of easy to time, though, if you're going to clap and snap the ball every time.
Well, you could do different ones.
Different snaps?
Yep.
Different claps, I mean?
Yeah, and when it's loud.
Can you use the clapper?
You could.
All right, 2nd and 9 with coming up to 2 minutes left in this ball game. Looking for a pass and getting pressured. Running, and he throws a nice pass and knocks it away.
Nice play. Isaiah.
Ray Manning knocked that. And
Knocked the ref out, too.
Patrick lost his helmet. Referee took a spill. 1:44, 3rd and 9 for DuBois.
I think Isaiah caught the ref in the face with his face mask. Yeah, he's rubbing his eye. I think he's cut.
Ooh, that's not good. Like a fighter cut, huh? Boxer. 1:32 left, 52 to 19.
Face mask to the head.
Isaiah's coming out. We got a timeout. So as you see, the defense going over. Mike Goss, the defense coordinator from Meville. And referee got a cut.
See it right below his eye, looks
yes,
like.
he does.
What a trooper.
Well, he'll see if anybody from the medical staff at Meville goes to pay him any attention. And Missy's, yeah, there's Missy right
Carrie.
there. Huh?
Carrie.
Carrie does a great job, doesn't she? Part of the Meville Medical Center, providing sports medicine people to a lot of the local teams. I think it's a great thing. Carrie's going to wipe the referee off a little bit. You know, people are probably saying on DuBois' side, you missed a good game, that's why you couldn't see. You got cut.
We'd probably say that same thing if it happened to us.
Fans could be hostile towards officials and referees. The head referee comes in with a big smile, says, "Come on, man, look at him laugh."
And you know what's good? You talk
that's
about
good
the
to
referees and about how fans can be hostile. I don't see any of them out there doing it. They go to school for this.
Yes, they do, and it's a tough job. And you know what? We're losing a lot of officials. We need young people to get involved.
You don't want me up here anymore.
All right, yes, I do. 52 to 19. You could do JV games.
Yeah.
DuBois now. 3rd and 9. Ball on their own 44-yard line. Back to pass. And he's under pressure, and he's going to elude the pressure. And he get bumped out of bounds.
Was that Kane Shamora again?
Kane Shamora ripping right in there.
Yep, number 36.
So it's going to be 4th and 4. 1:10 left in this game, and the clock moving. 52 to 19 Bulldogs. If Mike or anybody gives us an update on those scores, we'll let everybody know. Inside handoff, there's a nice run, and boy, nice balance right there. Number 15 for DuBois, Brock Adams. Brock Adams, nice run, he's a senior. Nice job by Brock Adams. Brock Adams has been playing the whole game at that running back position. Nice run there by Brock. 36 seconds, the clock running. 1st and 10 by DuBois. Looks like they're going to throw it long. Nice pass over the middle. And caught for a 1st down. It'll be 1st and Kyle Hobson with the reception. So DuBois with 20 seconds wants to get another score. There's no doubt about that, Ed.
Yeah, you need to.
Coming up on 13 seconds, the clock running.
Shows you that the team didn't give up either.
That's right. Paulini's in there. Gets Adams on a quick run around side. And there's a missed tackle. There's a great block out there. Paulini. Adams goes right in, and the little guy outside got blocked. Who was that?
Chandler Edwards.
Chandler Edwards. Yeah, he's about 3'5". He's not that tall. He tried his best, didn't he?
He's 5'3", but I think it says he might be 5'6".
Okay, so DuBois scores as the clock runs out.
Yeah, he's 5'7". He's only 5'3 and a half.
52 to 25 with the PAT coming.
He's a strong little ox, though.
So DuBois scored 20 points in the 2nd half. The kick is up and almost blocked, but it looks good, and it is. So the final score of this game on PCN and Armstrong, the Meadville Bulldogs 52, DuBois 26. We want to thank PCN for coming tonight and Armstrong also. And we want to thank everybody. There's Journey Brown, had quite the game tonight for the Meadville Bulldogs. Your final score once again, the Meadville Bulldogs 52, DuBois 26. On the TV side, have a good night, everybody.